3-hour session tonight or not. It depends on what happens, I guess, and what you guys want to do. Boop. All right, there's the backup. So, we are back with Down Darker Trails. When last we left our intrepid investigators, we left them on Thursday, August 23rd. Hey, kitty! When McGrath went to get some people from the city officials to come and check out his cave, which he found sealed as if it had never had a back to it or a way to get out of the back of it. We found the notes to Shaeder from Candy and Shaeder going to his house and finding it abandoned. We found Jimenez. We'll skip him for the moment. I don't think he can hear us right now. And Ozuye Shappa going to Old Waholt and telling him the location of the egg, and then probably later finding out that it was sealed away. And Waholt saying something to him to the effect, I think it ended the last role-playing journal in the last game session with something to the effect of, some things are better left buried. Yeah. And Jimenez searched Olympia for Hutton all of that day, all of Thursday, August 23rd. And found no trace of him, no sign of him. Nobody, stagecoach drivers never heard of him, never saw anybody who fits his description. So, we'll actually start with this Friday morning of the 24th. McGrath has gotten all of everything that was found together and has divided it up between people. He gets everyone together in the dining room. He notes that since Miss Eldridge is gone, that's all he says about that, and he looks towards her friends, her accomplices, her allies, however you want to see yourselves. Lieutenant Shaeder, Ozuye Shappa, and Fernando Jimenez, and is prepared to give you her share of the treasure, unless that meets with some resistance from you guys.
I'm fine with that.
Boom. And I'm going to do this. Watch out, everybody. Boom! Oh, nobody moved. Okay. I just added Lieutenant Shader's name. So Jimenez went about, I just said Jimenez went about on a Thursday, the 23rd, and looked for Hutton and could find no trace of him anywhere in Olympia, and you're pretty certain he was never here.
Okay.
Whether you want to follow up on that about down in Tacoma or not, it's up to you. On the next day, McGrath gets everybody together. There's this, and the treasure has been divided up, and he's offering the three of you Miss Eldridge's share. You can see there's a gold bar. There are some emeralds. There are 4 emeralds with your share. Yeah, it's a gold bar and 4 little emeralds. If you have appraised, if anybody has appraised, you can try to determine the value of these if you wish. And that same pile's like in front of each of the Narodniks. Dr. McGrath notes that he kept some coins to use to give to basically use as part of the paper that he wants to write about this. He also obviously has the sternboard for the ship. You see that Miss Blackwood and Miss Hurst each have a small pile that is pretty much, everybody has pretty much the same exact thing, which is 1 of the gold bars and 4 emeralds. Does anyone have appraised? Does anyone want to look over these items to see?
I don't have appraised, no. I could try, but
you can always guesstimate. Yeah, if you want. He's gonna.
Yeah.
So well, then he tells you what his estimate is of these. You're so close. How close are you?
I'm off, but it's as it rolled, it showed the double zeros.
He tells you that.
Well, you know what? I mean, I'll roll because why not? But
you can each take a look and just see if you can guesstimate it. Same with you, Miss Blackwood, if you want to make a roll. Let me get dice roller. I removed one of the dice rollers.
88. Nope, I didn't have a clue.
Yeah. Oh, Shader's only off by 20 points. I think it starts at 5, doesn't it?
Sean was closer than that. Yeah. Sean was like off. Sean rolled like a 23. So, like, not much.
And Miss Blackwood is off by a pile. So, Dr. Dr. McGrath goes on. He tells you that each of the 5-pound bars of gold should be worth around $1,600, probably about $1,650, and each of the emeralds is worth, his guesstimate is about $200. So each person's getting a total of about $2,250 in treasure.
I mean, so, like, I guess, what is the state of, Isabella, or whatever? Yeah,
Isabella's dead. She was shot in the head. Remember?
Okay. No, I don't remember.
Yeah, Sean Ozuye Shappa shot her in the head. She fell down and then stood back up. You could see her brain. Her skull was like ripped wide open by this massive rifle bullet. Like it was like like this.
I thought that was someone.
No, that was her.
Okay.
She had gone crazy. She punched Ozuye Shappa in the face at one point.
I know she went crazy at one.
Yeah. She punched you twice, Sean? Oh, she kicked you too, didn't she? She punched him and she kicked him, I believe. And ran behind the meteor. The skeletons were getting up. Ozuye Shappa took the shot. Fernando and Lieutenant Shaeder were both like aiming at her, thinking about taking the shot.
Oh, okay.
There was a lot of conflict. You guys knew her.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, all right.
And Ozuye Shappa was the one who pulled the trigger first, essentially, is what happened.
Okay.
And there's no way to even recover her body because the cave was sealed.
Yes, you have found out since that Dr. McGrath went into the city, talked to city founders and fathers, went back to the cave with, like, the governor, because this would be huge for the territory, tax-wise. Yeah. The governor, the sheriff, chief of marshal here in town, a dozen men. And all they found was a cave, and then the back was like, it wasn't even a cave in. It looked like solid rock in the back. Like there had never been caves there. Yeah. So McGrath would have told you all of this when he came home last night, Thursday night, looking very beraggled and just a little despondent, but at the same time, he's got his sternboard. There's a little bit of treasure here. These bars are stamped with Spanish markings. He's got the coins. He's keeping the coins, and then everybody else gets pretty close to equal share. Not the share that it should have been, but still, a couple $1,000s is nothing to laugh at.
And this time period,
Yeah, you could live a few years off of that easy. So
that's 2 or 3 years income. For some people.
Yep. So,
shit might be a decade.
He apologizes again for Miss Eldridge and what happened there.
Workers would tend to make probably between $400 and $1,000 a year, depending on So we're talking here about the equivalent of about 1 to 2 years income for a worker.
Yep. Some a lot less. Some made a lot less than that, like $12 a week or something like that.
Yeah.
He tells you you're welcome to stay as long as you wish. The Narodniks, Grigori says that they'll be heading out in a week or so. This is enough money maybe to do something, he's hoping, is what Grigori tells all of you. If the Narodniks pool their resources, they've got quite a bit of cash, actually.
Yep.
But the 4 of you, the 3 of you and Miss Blackwood are all welcome to stay as long as you wish.
Say, I showed up at the end, so as far as I'm concerned, none of this is for me. So
he points to Miss Eldridge's share, which he's already offered to the 3 of you. It's yours.
Yeah,
if
I know,
you want.
but like he still was like.
That's fine. Yeah, he just nods. But if any of you wish it, of course you can take it, and no one's going to say anything about it.
There's plenty here. Take your share.
Well, no, you 3 get 1 share, which is 1 gold bar and 4 emeralds.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying? It's not each of you gets that much. This is what Miss Hurst brought back. Everything was put together by McGrath and probably Grigori, and then divided equally between everyone.
Well, then I guess since I did the least, I'll just take 1 of the emeralds. Then.
Okay, so you have a $200. It's worth $200. You could probably get $200 for that if you want it. So.
Okay. And for what it's worth, by the way, remember I also put coins and whatnot in my pockets.
You probably have a
never
few
found
coins,
their way into the
and you
funeral
still have
share.
some coins or something in there as well.
Yeah. So I've got more than that,
Okay.
and I, don't need to make a big deal about that.
Okay. Yeah. Um,
Just
okay.
remember,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
it was my idea to make sure put stuff in your pockets. Everybody
Right.
load up.
Give me a luck check.
So I definitely did that. Everybody else did too.
Yeah, but everybody else
Oh,
emptied their pockets out. The Neurotics put all the money that they had brought with them. Um, is kind of what's implied.
I
Wow.
succeed handling it.
Okay, so you probably have a few emeralds in there as well as coins. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you've
that's
probably got maybe $1,000 worth of gold, silver coins, and a couple of emeralds. You know what I mean?
fine. Yeah, and
So you can
I
note
will
that if
share
you want.
I'll share that with Jimenez and Ozuye Shappa later.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Basically, end result is that each of us is ending up with a full share.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty close to one.
Yeah,
So
that's fine.
again, you still have 3 more emeralds and that gold bar, unless you just don't want it. That's for you guys. And Miss Blackwood, you have the whole thing: 4 emeralds and a gold bar.
Um. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you
yeah.
guys?
What?
Yeah.
What? No, yeah. Say what? I guess what else I wanted to ask is should I mark anything else with this emerald on my character sheet just to help identify it potentially or not?
Uh, like Spanish treasure ship emerald, and then note it's worth $200.
Yeah.
So that's fine. And somebody needs to probably write down somewhere that there are 3 other emeralds and a gold bar worth the gold bar is worth 1650, and the emeralds are 200 each.
Well then,
Just
I'll
FYI.
just end up grabbing all the emeralds. If everyone's just
Okay, yeah.
standing staring at it.
Pretty much, the Neurotics are taking their money, and it looks like they're consolidating it into like a small strong box is what they've got.
Between us, we're dividing up what's on the table.
Okay.
So taking
Yeah,
an
okay.
emerald, I'll take one, and then later on, I'll share some of the other stuff with
Okay.
you guys. So at the end, basically at the end of the day, each of us is going to end up with essentially one full share.
Pretty
Yeah,
close.
gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's no reason we went through this. We did this. There's no reason not to take home some money, but I don't feel like screwing people over either. So I'm not going to hoard it all. I'm going to share it with the others who didn't get a full share. So
Yeah,
everybody
that's
gets a full
y'all's
share.
chairs. What's the plan? What do you guys want to do? If Hutton never came here, Hutton/Wilkes never came here, you guys arrived in. Did I not note that? Hold on. I thought I made a note to myself. The 24th, left Saltmarsh. You arrived Monday, the 20th. It is Friday, the 24th now. If Wilkes never stopped here, that puts him 4 days ahead of you,
Yeah.
which is a lot. Easy for
also
people to
impressive.
forget about him. It's going to be
Yeah.
almost impossible to find him. Where do y'all want to go? Do you still want to stick together?
I will suggest I'm going to suggest like at least to the 3 of us, going back to Saltmarsh I guess I'll just say it open. I guess I'll say it openly to Shaeder, but with everyone in the group, because I don't think Shappa was around for Brigette or anything like that. I don't think Shappa knows who Brigette is, so I'm gonna.
No, but you did meet him in Saltmarsh.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, that's
But-
the
so,
last
yeah.
unfinished order of business. Is
Right.
find Bridget and help her.
Yeah, so he'll just talk about how there's a little girl back at Saltmarsh that should need some help. That it seems like that's at least something we could potentially do. I feel kind of defeated with Wilkes, and this is something I feel I can get done.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure I need to speak to headquarters anyway. And helping Bridget is a thing we can and should do. So,
Yes.
yeah, I'm 100% with you on that. So I say we depart for Saltmarsh as soon as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not hard to do.
In the morning. I do have to. There is a stop I need to pick first, though.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Here
I
in
need
Olympia?
to visit. Yeah, because I need
Mhm.
to visit the Smith household.
Oh, yes, you do. I forgot about the Smiths. I'm glad you remembered, Chet.
Yeah,
Smiths.
That's
I'll be right
important.
back.
That's a
I
stabilizing part of my
totally
life right now.
forgot. Okay.
We'll
Yeah.
just,
Because after all this shit, a little stability is also going to be a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to
I,
basically, check in, say hi, be
Okay.
social.
Sean, were you saying something to him before he left? Or
yeah. Well, no, I was gonna say, I left my horse in. Was it Tacoma?
um,
Where we got on the train?
shit. Yeah, you left your horse in Tacoma. Ooh, the sheriff in Tacoma don't like y'all. So yeah, you probably should try to figure something out there. Maybe an intelligence check there, Ozuye Shappa. Um, Lieutenant Shaeder, so you're going to the Smith house
Yeah,
on Friday.
yeah. I'm gonna,
Um,
be social and
mhm.
do all that stuff. Let them know basically that I have to go back to check in with headquarters,
Okay.
so I can't really stick around.
You haven't even had it.
Just,
You haven't even gone on a social visit with the young
well,
lady,
the
with
well, the point
Amanda.
is that I would. That's what I'm saying is I'd like to do so, but I have to go check in with headquarters because job.
Okay.
And that point is that at the first opportunity, I will come back to do so because I'd very much like to go on a social
Okay.
outing.
All right.
I just can't do it right now
They
because
understand.
otherwise the army's going to get upset.
They
So
understand you're a soldier. You got to go where
I
you're
will
told
be.
to go.
I will be.
Amanda does want to get a place she can write to you.
Yep.
Um,
And I'll make sure of that.
so there's the Saltmarsh address, and then there's the Fort Townsend address. Both of those. Which
Yep.
are you going to give her both? Do you want to give her just Saltmarsh? Do you want to give her just Fort
So you
Townsend?
use both.
Okay, so
Point
she'll
out that
take both. She writes
I might be
both
at either
everything
one
down.
place. I might be at either one place or the other,
Right.
and I
You're
don't
not
know
sure
which.
yet.
No, where
Exactly.
I will be where they tell me to go.
Gotcha.
So I will be at one of those places, whichever one they tell me to go to,
Okay. That sounds good.
and that I'll be
Uh,
back when I can. In other words, next time the army decides I can, then I will.
exactly.
Because I have,
You might have
I've
leave
taken about as
coming.
much. Yeah,
It's been
I've
a
taken
while.
about as much detached with this with the revenue issue as I'm probably going to get away with for the present. So at least I should show my face.
Not a terrible idea.
Yeah. So just setting all that up.
I was going to say
Gotcha.
they probably don't have psych evaluations at this time. He could potentially get some psych leave, but
Yeah. No,
No,
the term
you're
you're
right.
looking
They
for is
don't.
soldier's heart.
okay.
That's legit. That's the term.
No. And yeah, was that like did
There
they
we go.
consider that hardening of the heart or something like that?
No, it comes from a medical doctor who noticed that veterans were experiencing fast heartbeat, sweat, in other words, fight or flight reflexes
Hmm.
when no danger was present.
Yeah.
What is this?
In other
24.
words, it's the
PTSD.
first diagnosis of what we call PTSD.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they actually were trying to cope with that. They just didn't do a very good job of it.
Well, yeah.
Does anybody else
Regular
want to
success.
go ahead?
Regular success.
Okay. What was that roll for again?
You told me to do an intelligence.
Intelligence check. Okay. Yeah. Ozuye Shappa, you're figuring out how to get your horse back from Tacoma, where you left it, um, and you realize that um, probably the best, fastest way to actually travel right now would be by steamship or steamboat.
Okay.
They are you've the entire time y'all have been in Olympia, you've seen ships come in, ships pull out, smaller ships, nothing huge, but there's a lot of sound traffic on the sound, and likely if you want to like pop into New Tacoma, get your horse and get the hell out as fast as you can. Steamships are going to be your best bet
Okay.
for getting there and for getting up to Seattle. You can probably get to Seattle in less than a day
Okay.
by steamship or steamboat.
Uh,
So that thought comes to your head when you're trying to figure out, well, how am I going to get to Tacoma and not get arrested?
Yeah.
Also, the sheriff is not based out of Tacoma, New Tacoma.
Yeah.
He's based out of, oh crap, I can't remember the name of the town, but it's another town in the county that's like 10, 12 miles away. So it's a pretty major journey to get up. It's 2 or 3 hours
Yeah.
for him to get someplace besides the county seat.
I, th- I think for us to get back to Saltmarsh, I would like to stop in Tacoma and get my horse and quickly leave thereafter.
Fair enough.
We should be able to take a ship to Tacoma, I would imagine, from here, and then get another one to Seattle.
That is a sensible plan as any.
Yeah.
Now, from Seattle, you're probably going to have to take the stage to get to Saltmarsh.
Well, at that point, we can also just ride.
You could, if you want to buy some more horses.
I mean, if Ozuye Shappa is getting his horse back, we may as well require a rent or whatnot. Yeah.
If you don't want to take the stage, you could ride instead.
Yeah.
We could always see if Maggie happens to be in Seattle at the time, though, as well. Of course,
I mean, Maddie
would have to. Oh yeah.
Did you say
Maggie.
Peggy?
I thought I said.
You said Eggy.
I thought I said Maggie.
You might have said Maggie. I heard
true.
there was a skip, and then I heard Eggy, and I was like, Peggy?
Yeah.
Peggy!
No,
I
I
also heard Eggy.
Okay. No, I was thinking like Maggie. But,
Okay,
but
yeah.
Oh.
It came across
yeah.
different. That's okay.
Either way is fine by me. I mean, we could just get another horse and ride the rest of the way to Saltmarsh.
Yeah, we're not going to focus too much on any of that because it's boring and unimportant. Yes, Fernando.
Is this new lady coming with us? I don't know.
I don't know.
Ever really fit,
Oh, yeah.
Like,
You've
yeah.
talked to her a little bit. She seemed pretty disturbed by some of the things she saw.
Yeah,
She has recovered. As a matter of fact, Miss Hurst and Miss Blackwood are having drinks in the sitting room right now, and let's do a little something between them, Jacqueline. With money under your belt, if you want it. I don't know if you took the cut that you were given or not. It's up to you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, that's $2,200. It's over $2,200.
Do I need the money? No.
No, but it's nice to have some liquid assets sometimes. Yes, so Miss Hurst, you're having
all yours that no man can tell you what to do with.
You're having a nice little drink with her on Friday afternoon. Mr. Lieutenant, the soldier went into town, and I'm assuming, Lieutenant Shaeder, that you're spending a good deal of time in town this afternoon with the Smiths before you come home.
I'm taking as much time as I can there while I have the time.
Gotcha. Ozuye Shappa also, we're going to say, went into Olympia to find out about steamboats and steamships going out and where they were going, and then Jimenez is around the corner.
You can get the schedule.
Lingering.
He's lingering in the house.
Somewhere.
Yeah, so you can overhear this conversation if you decide you want to, Fernando.
Yeah.
That's up to you.
But
Let me know.
I'll let them have their moment for now, but I might pop in at some point.
Okay, so Miss Hurston, you were having a little drinky poo after lunch, and so where are you off to next, Jacqueline? You have quite the story, I think.
I haven't decided yet.
Well, I must get back to San Francisco. Much as I would love to join you for a few more days. Just in case I'm needed there, and I have a few things that I have to take care of. Very important things.
What's in San Francisco?
Oh, certain people who will help me liquidate some assets. Some of the things that we were given. I made my $1,000, so I'm quite content.
Okay.
Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go?
I haven't decided yet. I don't know if I'm going to go back home for a while or see what other adventures I can get up to.
What's waiting for you back home? A bow?
No, nothing like that, no.
That's probably for the best.
What's that supposed to mean, Penelope?
Oh, men can be such a bother. They're constantly overbearing. What does that look there, Fernando?
I'm thinking now's
telling.
the time I should pop in.
Is that when he walks in, Fernando,
No.
or is he around the corner listening to this conversation now?
No, no,
Okay.
no. I'm going to step away from him.
Okay. They're always telling you what to do, always telling you what kind of person to be, that kind of thing.
Oh, well, that's fair. That's kind of why I decided to, go off and on these adventures and write my stories.
Independence.
Gotta love it.
Well, she takes a piece of paper. She goes over to the sideboard. She finds a piece of paper and a pen. She writes down something and hands it to you. It's an address in San Francisco. And she notes that she's going to leave tomorrow. But if you ever wish to write me here. If you need anything or have any interesting stories to tell, or if you need something that you can't get a hold of, if there's something someone has that belongs to you and you want it back, or if there's something that you need to get, just let me know and I'll see if I can help.
I kind of look at her curiously and take the paper from her.
Don't forget, Miss Eldridge was saying something about her talking about being the greatest thief in the world or something at some point during all of this craziness over the last few days. So, drop me a line, and I'll be sure to write you back.
Well, thank you.
And then the conversation just digresses into, small talk, that kind of thing. For you, she says she's leaving in the morning. She's going to leave on Friday morning. Or sorry, yeah, Saturday morning is when she plans to leave. You've also overheard these three guys talking about leaving Saturday morning as well, just in passing, like you overheard it somewhere at some point during the day. So, Jimenez doesn't burst in on their conversation at some point?
No, he might
Commonly.
after. Yeah, I know. He might pop in after their conversation is winding down.
It is.
Like
It winds
that.
down.
Yeah. But yeah, he'll just say something along the lines of like, yeah, what time is it? Like
Afternoon, mid-afternoon, yeah. After lunch, sometime they're having some
So
drinks.
yeah. Good afternoon, ladies.
Ah,
Care if I,
you're the Spanish fellow. I've forgotten your name.
Fernando.
Fernando. Yes.
Fernando
I
Jimenez.
apologize.
I was just curious what your plans were for after all of this.
Back to San Francisco for me, I'm afraid.
Ah. Are you from San Francisco?
I am there occasionally. Uh, I keep tabs on things going there. It's the heart of California, no matter what anyone says. Everything comes through San Francisco sooner or later. Of at least anything of value.
I've been there briefly. But anyway.
Hmm?
As for you, I do not believe I caught either of your names before.
Oh, I thought we introduced ourselves.
Did I not introduce myself?
I don't think we've been formally introduced. How about that?
Ah, formally.
I would have
I
remembered your
see.
names if we had been formally introduced.
Well, this is Jacqueline Blackwood, is what Miss Hurst says to you.
Okay.
And then she looks to you, Miss Blackwood.
And this is Miss Penelope Hurst.
Pleased to meet you.
That's it.
Mr. Fernando
Jimenez.
Jimenez. Fernando, give me a luck check. And then tell me whether it's better, whether you wish that she's heard of you or has never heard of you.
No, I would rather you just I don't care. I don't care either way.
Oh, okay,
in all
okay.
honesty.
Okay. Yeah, give me a luck check.
It might be more interesting if she has heard of
It
me.
might be.
I rolled a 32,
Oh,
which
that's pretty
is
good.
a success.
Ah, all right. And you think it'd be more interesting if she has heard of you?
Yes. I say I don't know whether it's better or not, but I think it's
Yes.
might be more interesting.
Well, there's Jimenez's down in Baja, California, aren't there?
Yes, that is where I am from.
Jimenez. Why
Eh,
have I known that? Why do I know that name?
I am curious as well.
Ah, I cannot recall off the top of my head. No, it wasn't there. Are Are you from the area of St. Thomas?
Santo Thomas, yes.
Yes, St. Thomas. Yes, yes. There's a family of Jimenez's there, I believe. They're ranchers, aren't they?
Yes.
Ah, yes, yes. Oh, very well, very well. I had to stop at St. Thomas once when I was um, traveling. Uh,
Fine horses.
yes, I stayed there for several days. As a matter of fact, before I made my way to the sea, as the roads there are terrible.
Yes. Hopefully, I gotta make sure have the right name or give you the right name.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, Juanita was not too overbearing for you.
No, not at all. Not at all. She was quite. She was a kind. She was.
I find that hard to believe.
Well, she had an incentive. Juanita's your mother?
She would like to think so.
Ah, well, yes. She.
She is my eldest sister. Yes.
Ah. She was very happy to take my money, let us say. In the amount that I gave her was fairly excessive, and I believe that she made a good hostess in that case. And knows how to keep a secret.
Yeah.
Fernando. She didn't mention you.
I imagine not.
Oh. Oh, dear. I apologize for bringing it up.
It's all right.
Yes, it's a very pretty little town.
Yes, I have not been there in some time.
I forgot to change the title of the stream. So it still said Grand Theft Auto. I changed it here, but I didn't hit the done button. So, Roger Tui, I apologize for that. That's my mistake. I screwed up. Anyway, yeah.
Okay. Yes, and then Miss Blackwood, where you plan on heading?
I hadn't decided yet.
Well, you are welcome to travel to Saltmarsh with Lieutenant Shaeder and Ozuye Shappa and myself, if you so desire. It is a quaint little town. If you want to get away from anywhere for the time being.
What's in Saltmarsh exactly?
Well, there is a little girl who has supposedly died, but we think there are other circumstances involved that we would like to investigate about.
Other circumstances?
Uh, yes. Well, so I well say,
You seem quite flustered, Mr. Jimenez. Spit it
it is
out.
not. It is not a circumstance normally people would find reasonable, but she had been coming to us in our dreams and telling us that she is not dead and that she is stashed away somewhere.
I just kind of
That is
stare at him blankly.
There's a coin.
So yes, we do not think she is dead. and we really should be trying to find her as soon as possible now, as our current pursuit has escaped, and we are no doubt too far behind him to even catch him at this point in time.
Do you really find it so far fetched, Jacqueline? After everything we saw 2 days ago?
Absolutely
That
not, no.
that is the only reason why I brought it up, and why I was reluctant to say anything before. But I figured after everything we have already been through, you could at least partially understand, or maybe yes.
Yeah, after that cave, nothing surprises me anymore. So why not? I'll come along.
Well, you certainly have plenty of money. She says towards you, Jacqueline. It's obviously a quip.
Yes, I'm sure the amount that you've received from this expedition will go far in Saltmarsh. Should you choose to stay, I do not want to. I don't even know how long I plan to stay there.
I mean, I like visiting new places.
Yes, like I said, you are welcome to come along.
When did you guys say you were leaving?
Tomorrow, sometime, I believe. We're heading to Tacoma so Ozuye can get his horse back. But after that, um, we'll be heading to Seattle, it seems. And then from Seattle to Saltmarsh. Though I do not know which way we'll take from Seattle.
Wait, now where is Saltmarsh exactly?
It's within the sound. I'm not very
No, no, it's not
familiar
within the sound.
at all. Okay,
No,
okay,
it's not. It's on the west. It's on the west coast. You do know that because you've been there. It
okay,
looks over the Pacific. You know it's on the Pacific coast.
okay, okay. Yeah, right. So yeah, but it is south of Seattle, right? I know that part, right?
No,
No, I'm even wrong
no.
on that.
It's your.
Okay.
You can say that. Your character might
Apparently, I'm
say it.
asking the wrong person.
Maybe, I am not from this area, so I get confused very easily with all the water that's around.
Clearly.
That's perfect ending for that scene.
Yeah.
So we'll move on. So Miss Blackwood is going to travel. Pretty much everybody's leaving the next morning. Dr. McGrath makes his carriage available to you. Filipowicz will still drive it. The Neuronics are here for a little while longer. Um, he thanks each of you heartily for your help, shaking your hands. Dr. McGrath does. Um, he also gives you his address in Providence, Rhode Island. If you ever wish to write him or need any information from him, he figures that he will be heading back to Providence sometime next month, if not sooner, and wishes all of you well. Ozuye Shappa's already been into town and kind of figured out the route you guys can take, so that's all taken care of. On steamship, you pretty much have all of your gear, possessions, money, all that jazz. So the four of you can ride back into town in the back of Professor Dr. McGrath's coach, and Filipovich will drop you off at one of down at the dock there, where the steamship tickets can be purchased, and you can be on your way. You can actually get. It is Saturday. Oh, that reminds me though. Are you doing any dream landing, Kevin?
Yes, actually. Just now our focus returns to Bridget.
Okay.
So I'm going to see if I can find her and learn anything else.
You can. You'll be able to find her. Like we're going to say Friday night when you sleep. Friday night. The night before you leave Seattle. So we're going to retro this. Basically, you do find her. You find Mr. Rascal,
Okay.
who apparently he and the Cats of Ulthar have been taking care of Brigette when she is here. She's usually coming into the Green Dreamlands and coming straight to Ulthar. Um,
Okay, so that's where I found her.
yes, she is in a terrible state. It has been almost 2 weeks since she died,
Yeah.
supposedly, and whenever she comes into the Dreamlands, Mr. Rascal's name is actually Colonel Prowler, and he invites you to call him by his real name, since since Wilkes has been banished from the Dreamlands. He is less in disgrace. He doesn't go into any details on that, but um, when she comes to the Dreamlands, she always looks sickly, uh, very pale, very cold. She's always cold, and they do their best to at least make her comfortable while she's here. She is coming to Ulthar every night. Every time she can fall asleep, she's coming to the Dreamlands. Um, they've talked to her, they've questioned her. Nothing has changed, is what Colonel Prowler tells you. Um,
Okay.
of
So
this
nothing new.
place that she's in. Um,
Nothing new about how we might find it.
no. One more person has been added to that group. Um, the only name that they can get from her is Sam. She doesn't know if he has another name. Um, you guys had already kind of put together that dude that you was on that ship. Remember the ship that you went with the customs men and grabbed
Yep.
from Safeton?
Yep.
That guy said he saw his friend in the forest. They were camping outside of Saltmarsh, and he got swarmed by mosquitoes, like unnatural amount of mosquitoes, and he ran away. Ran
Yeah, I
out.
remember that.
So, so
Was that
you had
Sam?
no, that's not Sam, but you had already figured out who that was as far as the people that were in there. That Brigette had mentioned this fellow who had come in later, and I don't think I have his name off the top of my head here, but he was. You kind of confirmed that, yeah, this guy also was one of the ones who it seemed like they all died of mosquito sickness, which is thought to be caused by some kind of transfer of, you touch somebody in there, sweat gets on you, and you catch the disease, blah, 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 blah. This
Yeah.
guy, the dude saw him attacked. Um, and you had heard nothing about anybody found. They've the local marshal found the campsite, but there was no sign of anybody there. So no idea what happened there exactly.
So they never found a body.
Mm-mm.
So this guy is
Correct.
missing, not dead at this point.
Correct.
And now
And
he's at the
since his
same
friend
time.
is so disturbed,
Yep.
his testimony is like, we don't really know what happened here. Is how the local marshal has
Yeah.
presented it before you guys took off and left a day later or something like that. That's as far as you know. And
So
that's been a
no,
week ago or so.
and Bridget has learned nothing new about where she is in the real world.
Mm-mm. Nope. Dark, cold, hard, rocky. Everything's rocky, dripping of water. They've got a little cistern. Not a cistern. There's a little spring or something they drink from. They're brought food. There are bars that block part of the cave entrance. If it's a cave, I mean, everything, it's all rocky. They have blankets to try to stay warm, but otherwise, no. She doesn't know who brings any of the food. They come in pitch blackness. Um, there's no light at all. It's disturbing.
And a
Um,
man named Sam was thrown in as well.
yeah, there's a new person named Sam, but
What,
that's
what
all.
is
I mean, she never
what is
found out
well,
his
what is she?
his
What is she?
surname.
Know? Does it know? Is it a man, a woman,
Yeah, it's
old,
a man.
young?
It's a man named Sam.
Is he old? Is he young?
She doesn't. She can't see him. It's pitch
Oh, does
black.
he sound? The point is, does he sound old? Does he sound young?
He sounds as old as you. Is pretty
Okay,
much what Bridget will tell you. I mean,
an
she's
adult,
10.
probably
It's
not a
kind of
child.
hard to tell unless he's really, really old. He could be
Well,
anywhere from between like 20 to
well,
50.
that's fine. The point is, there's a distinction between a child, an adult, and an
It's
old
not, yeah,
person.
it's not a child, and it's not an old person.
Okay,
She
so
says
we're looking for what's an
he
adult.
sounds like you as well when you talk to Bridget, and
Yeah, that's fine.
and Bridget is kind of living it up in Ulthar. Like the cats are bringing her food, like really good tasting food and that kind of thing. Um,
Yeah.
and she's probably using the Dreamlands to stay sane. To be quite honest, because being
That makes
locked in
sense.
a hole where it's nothing but pitch darkness all the time is very
Okay.
straining,
Well,
especially for a
I'm
child.
gonna let her. I'm gonna let her know that we're heading in that direction, and we're gonna do everything we can to find her. And if she can learn anything else about where she is located, that would help.
She thinks
We don't
really
know where to,
hard,
we
but
don't know where to look.
she can't
We want to help,
see.
but we don't know where to look. So anything she can learn would be helpful.
You guys dug up her grave, didn't you? Or no? No. You dug up
Yeah.
somebody's grave.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
thought we
remember
dug
who it
up a
was.
few
Maybe it was.
graves.
It was only one because you were trying to get a body to feed to the ghoul to get some information, and then you found it was full of sandbags. I'll have to
Yeah.
look it up. I
Yeah.
don't remember whose grave you dug up. I
I
don't
do
remember
not
if it
believe
was
it was her.
Bridget or not. I don't think it was Bridget. I think it was one of the other
Oh, that's the
victims
wrong one.
of of this mosquito sickness. Probably one of the ones that had been buried there for a while, because the ghouls wanted
Yeah.
rotten meat, and Bridget had just died. Died
Yeah.
apparently. Maybe it
I'm
was
gonna
Bridget. I got to
basically
look that one up,
Yeah.
and I've forgotten.
I'm
No,
gonna
it
do.
wasn't. It wasn't.
It wasn't. Okay.
No, I
I'm
know it wasn't.
convinced it wasn't. I'm
Miss
gonna do all
Eldridge
I can
had
to
some
basically
real heavy. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm gonna do all I can to reassure her, let her know
Okay.
that help is coming. We'll get there. We don't know where we're looking, but once we figure it out, help will come.
She just nods. You're not sure if she believes you or not. Um, Miss Eldridge did not trust those people in the infirmary on the hill, um, but they wouldn't let her volunteer and stuff like that. So it's hard to tell whether or not what was really going on there as far as her feelings. She was very distrustful of them. Um,
So we also
okay,
could
so
go
Mr.
back there and
Rascal.
poke around, because they might know more.
Bridget coming to Ulthar.
Well,
The road home. Anyway, those are the dreams you have that night. You three can discuss it if you want, or you can even bring Miss Blackwood in on it if you want, as you guys are traveling the next day. Because you're going to be on in the carriage for half an hour to get to town, then on a steamship to New Tacoma, which will take a few hours. The stop in New Tacoma is probably going to be pretty quick in and out, as Ozuye Shappa gets his horse, gets it settled on the ship, and then either that ship or another ship takes you up to Seattle and puts you off. So you'll be in Seattle by Friday night. Pretty fast, it feels like to you, but water travel is pretty much the way to go around the Puget Sound if you want to get there fast. Um, so you're in Seattle by Saturday night. Um, and these steamships are pretty nice. They're big, they're solid, they don't rock a whole lot. Um, there's a small gambling area, a little room for gambling. There's like a bar, and yeah, it's a pretty nice place. Did y'all wish to discuss anything more about it en route?
I'll wait. I think I'll wait till we're back closer to Saltmarsh
Okay.
before we talk about this. So
Okay.
I'll let them. I'll basically let Jimenez know. I've learned a little something. I'll fill you in later. I'll fill you in before we reach Saltmarsh.
okay.
Could you
In
be a
the-
little more
in the-
vague, please?
In the Dreamlands.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I'll fill you in when we're on the road to Saltmarsh and alone.
Okay, you're in Seattle, so you'll be in Seattle Saturday night. Um, how do you want to proceed from there? There are no ships that go to Saltmarsh from here.
I think we're gonna ride.
If you're
Yes.
riding,
Okay. I mean,
it'll-
I thought I would check the dock to see if Maggie was around potentially, but that
Yeah.
would be it. But,
she's not.
Okay, so
It's been
yeah,
4 or 5
then-
days since she left. Remember, she told you she had to deliver some stuff down south too. So,
Right. Say, I didn't know whether she was there and gone
Mm-hmm.
and come back again or something. I didn't know. I was just taking a chance. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm just going to make the call that at this juncture
fine.
now, and that's cool.
that's fine.
Do you guys
Fine.
want to buy
And then- so
horses as opposed to trying to rent them?
I don't want to buy a horse.
All right.
I mean,
Rental becomes kind of a problem because you're going to have to arrange for them to be returned at some point. You know what I mean?
right.
You're going across
But-
the other side of the county and you're not coming back. That's all I'm saying.
Actually,
But
is there a fort in Seattle?
But Fort Townsend is across the sound. That was the fort that you were serving at.
Yeah, I'm going to actually need to pop over there,
Okay.
check
Um,
back in.
do you want to try to
And
go
if all,
Saturday night, or do you want to wait until Sunday?
I'll do it Sunday.
Okay.
And if all goes well, I could possibly even draw myself a horse from their supply. They have any.
Yeah, you might be able to. I'm gonna need a luck check for you. There's nobody at the fort. There's like three guys left at the fort,
On
including
Sunday?
including Captain Bancroft. E.A. Bancroft is your commanding officer. He's the
I
one
do
that's
not succeed the luck
okay.
check.
He's the one that sent you to Saltmarsh.
Yep.
He seems
So,
very surprised to see you. Notes that he had just sent a letter to you on the last stage that probably arrived this past Wednesday.
well,
Um,
I'll fill him in on an edited version of the
okay,
pursuit.
of Hutton,
Basically
of a
including the
this
idea
dangerous
that
fellow.
Wilkes was dangerous enough that it seemed worth the effort to find him,
Okay, he's
and
like,
that I did not succeed.
okay,
So revenue mission accomplished, other mission not.
right. So, he tells you he's filling in on the Nez Perce War. He tells you about
Okay.
the Cottonwood skirmishes of July 3 through 5, Battle of Clearwater, July 11 through 12. On August 9th and 10th, there were heavy casualties suffered on both sides. The Battle of the Big Hole in Montana. The Nez Perce are heading for Canada. He thinks that they were trying to negotiate with the Crow in order to stay there, but the Crow have apparently rejected them. And um, you'll get the letter when you get to Saltmarsh. Um,
But he can fill me in on what was in it right now if he wants
yeah,
to.
that's what he's doing, and he basically says Fort Townsend here is empty. Everybody's gone off which has been sent for the Nez Perce. I should have gone myself, but I have a bit of the gout and I had to wait. Um,
Okay.
I did send you a little bit of a warning. There's a new commanding officer of the Western Territory. He's been assigned down in Olympia recently. It's an Abner J. Grizzard of Virginia. Major Abner J. Grizzard of Virginia. He claims he knows you from the war and has decided, according to the memos that he sent me, to send more men to Saltmarsh for some reason. I am not sure why. I don't have any other information on that, but I added
Okay.
it as an addendum in my letter to you to watch your
Well,
back. This fellow doesn't sound like he is any friend of yours.
a Virginian, no less. I doubt he's a friend of mine. Then, listen, if he's a Virginian and I knew him from the war, I suspect our relationship was, what's the word? Adversarial?
Yes, or confrontational. Those are both good words.
I would use either one.
So, you'll get my letter when you get there, I suppose.
Yeah, but are they
And he
necessary to
tells you he's
see?
basically told you everything that was in it. They don't have any horses here right now. That's another
No.
problem that he's having with getting involved in the war. He's going to leave.
Yeah, they sent everybody.
Yeah, he was going to leave a corporal in charge here because there's no need to have soldiers here right now. So,
Right.
but he can't get a horse, and he's having some difficulty purchasing one in town, just because he needs a horse that he can shoot his gun from. It's not going to be trained correctly to be used in
Right.
combat. So he's stuck here until he can find some means of travel there. Um,
Well, I suppose should better get back to Saltmarsh then and see what this Major Grizzard is all about.
yes, like I said, he's in
And
Olympia.
lacking a horse is going to be a problem. He's at Olympia, not Saltmarsh.
Correct. He's in Olympia. Likely he is sending orders to you in Saltmarsh. That was the
Okay.
impression
Yeah.
I got when
I'll
when
see
I got
those-
communications with him.
I'll find those when I get there then.
hmm
All right. So then my problem becomes how to get to Saltmarsh on the quick.
Well, you
We're
could
lacking.
probably rent or buy a horse in
I'll have to.
Seattle. You're not gonna buy one that's gonna, if you fire a gun around it, it's gonna probably panic. You're not gonna be able to find like warhorse type deal.
Yeah. Oh, well.
But that leads to the question: do you all want to purchase horses or try to rent a horse? Um, you can always arrange to send the horses back with the stage, that kind of thing. But it's a hassle, is all I'm saying. If you don't care,
May,
you can rent
may
it
as
for a
well
little bit less.
may as well try to buy a horse here.
Okay.
Then. Especially if I can find a decent one at a reasonable price.
Yeah. What we can do, we're not going to go through all the rolling up of horses tonight, but we can do that at a different time. But I believe it's a natural world or a ride roll. Either natural world or ride. If you're
I'm
trying
gonna
to
say
find an exceptional animal. You know what I mean?
I'm saying I was thinking about going with him if that's possible.
Yeah, you can. You
I'll
can.
probably buy a horse.
He went Sunday
So it
morning.
looks like
You can't really
How
do
about-
much buying and
how
selling
about-
on Sunday morning, but a Sunday afternoon
How
you
about
can.
how about an extreme success for me?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He rolled a 5.
I keep forgetting to look.
I rolled a 16, which is a hard success.
Okay.
Um,
Those are both good.
Yeah, 5 is an extreme success for me.
Yeah. Okay, each of you, Ozuye Shappa's got a horse. Are you going to buy one for Miss Blackwood? Can she ride? So far, you've been traveling with her. You're staying in the same hotel. You know, different rooms and all that stuff. Right, Miss Blackwood? You're not shacking up with any of these handsome boys, are you?
No.
I didn't think so.
Well, before beginning our horse seeking expedition, then I suppose we better find her and ask her if she's
Oh, that's a good idea.
yeah.
You guys can do that.
Yeah.
There you go.
if she knows how to ride.
You can find her at lunch at the hotel after you come back that morning from the fort. We'll say. There you go.
Is she?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you need a horse? Do you know how to ride?
There you go.
Would you like to travel with us to Saltmarsh? Because we are planning on buying horses from here on out.
Yeah, I'll buy a horse.
Okay. Do you have any? Did you put? No, never mind. We'll find out sooner or later.
No, I did not.
Okay. Yeah, but you can give me either ride or a natural world check as well. You've got two guys who have already made high successes on theirs. So either way, you're going to have the opportunity to get a really nice horse.
I'm gonna say I was even gonna double check then and make sure she gets a good horse regardless. So
Well, if the three of you go together, as long as somebody succeeded,
Yeah.
you guys can
Yeah,
pick
that's
out
what
like
we're
we like these three or whatever.
yeah,
So do you want to go ahead and make a ride or natural world for me too, Jacqueline?
she failed.
Is that the
She rolled
52?
a 52. Yeah.
Okay.
That was abject failure.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
oh well,
okay.
you know, I
It's
shouldn't
okay.
say that. I shouldn't assume that you could have been doing a natural world roll for all I knew, and you could have succeeded that. So
I have
don't
no
know.
points in either.
Okay.
All right. I was
Well, right
assuming that.
So-
But yeah.
If you guys can find somebody that sells horses, you can find some very exceptional ones. I need 3. Each of you roll 1d6 for me, and that's going to tell partially how exceptional this horse is. And then you can decide amongst you who gets which one. Aaron, you rolled a 1. You find a faster horse. Their movement rate is +1 move. Make a note of that. We'll get together at some point, and I'll roll up these horses for you. And
I already got a horse though.
yeah, but you can have 2.
I know.
I rolled 4.
I don't want to make
4?
Fernando jealous.
A 4 is a strong. You've got a strong horse. Your horse is going to have a +10 strength. And Miss Blackwood, I need you to roll 1d6, please, for me.
He also rolled a 1.
Also a fast horse. So +1 movement on your horse too. And then I've got all kinds of random charts for D&D for horses that I like to use. And so at minimum, you got 2 fast horses and a stronger horse than usual. Ozuye Shappa, did we ever do any rolls for your horses? For your horse at all? Does he have any like peculiarities, or she? I don't know if you have a stallion or a mare.
I don't think we ever actually did roll anything.
Okay, so we'll need to roll something for yours as well, and when we'll get together and do that at some point. And when we do that, we'll also give you a ride or a natural world check to see if there's anything on this. Otherwise, you'll get some stuff off of the other charts that I use. So by Sunday afternoon, you can have 3 good horses. You can have 3 sets of saddles and gear. Let's see, a good horse. A good saddle horse can go from $30 to $200. These are exceptional horses, so we're talking at least $50 each for these horses. Is that under anybody's like daily costs?
Hold on a sec. No.
I'm sorry, what was it?
$50 because these are exceptional horses.
Okay, say spending level 5.
$5. Okay. So that's gonna. How about you, Miss Blackwood? Is your on the back under when it says
Spending level?
yes, spending level, and it should have a number as well. And if it's
It's 25.
okay, so y'all have to pay for these. This is gonna have to money that comes out. You get one of those emeralds. You could sell it, and it would more than cover all three horses.
That's kind of what I was thinking. So.
Okay, and that adds to how much time it takes. You're still going to get almost $200 for the emerald, or very close to it, from some jeweler. That money's mostly transferred to this guy who, and then with tack and saddle and everything, that'll probably even it out. So that's what we're going to say. So you spend Sunday basically getting these horses purchased. You probably want to get maybe a sack of grain for each one, just in case. But if you're planning on taking the same route as the stagecoach, yeah, and you can even from Port Ludlow, you can go over to Port Ludlow, find their route, because they make stops every day. You know what I mean? It's a stage. It doesn't just drive all night. So it has several stops, and then it stops in several towns for the night. And you find that it stops in Port Angeles the first night, and it stops in Burrell the second night, and then Saltmarsh halfway through the third day. And then at Saltmarsh, the stagecoach turns around that same day and comes back to Burrell. And then it's the same route back. Port Angeles, and then back to Port Ludlow. So you shouldn't have any difficulty.
But we can travel faster than the stage by ourselves or whatever, right? We're just going to follow the route.
Maybe. The stage, they have stops along the way where then they refresh the horses. So they're going pretty quickly the entire way. You don't want to rip your horses the entire way. You'll run them into the ground.
Right. Yeah.
We also don't have to stop for passenger rest stops.
Right.
So it's going to pretty much come out in the wash.
It'll probably take you about the same amount of time, about 3 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just going at a decent speed without destroying your horses.
Yeah, we're not technically traveling with the stage then, but
no, especially you can if you want. If you leave on Monday morning, that's when the stage leaves actually, and that's tomorrow. So
I thought it left on Tuesdays.
No, it leaves on Mondays. It arrives in Saltmarsh on Wednesday at around noon, and then it comes back, and it's back by Friday in the evening to Port Ludlow. Basically, it crosses the county and back in 5 days.
Yeah.
So you can ride along with the stage if you wish. You don't have to. Even if you miss it by half an hour, you probably won't be anywhere near it. So,
right.
And I don't know.
Okay.
It's up to you.
I mean, it didn't matter. I was just wondering for.
It's just a narrative thing.
Story play.
Yeah, it's a narrative thing. If you wish to just ride with the stage, you can. If you don't want to, you don't. Even if you leave Monday morning, it's around the same time.
No need to.
Okay.
If it's traveling, and if we run into it, that's fine.
You probably will.
Right. Yeah, there's probably points where we catch up
You'll
to it.
pass
and then
them. Other points they pass you. Yeah, that's probably exactly what's happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're probably keeping an eye on you, but since Lieutenant Shaeder is in uniform, that pulls some suspicion off the fact that you're following the stage looking for a good place to ambush or whatever. You know what I mean?
Well,
if
sometimes
anything,
they're following us.
Yeah,
and sometimes we also go ahead of them, then we drop back. Yeah, so.
I was going to say, whenever we're with them, I would make sure we're, in a position where we're acting more like we're defending the stage or something like that than...
Oh, yeah, surrounding them with firearms.
Surrounding them with firearms. Hey, look at that. That's a Mexican bandito and an Indian. We're fucked.
They'll feel better already. Sure they will.
And a woman.
Yep, you can't trust those women on the trail.
And a man who says he's in the Army. All right, so it's not a big deal. There are a couple... There's one person on the stage. But they're also... bring the mail.
He doesn't look like Lauren Hutton, does he? No.
Well, what do you know? No. Son of a bitch. No. You do.
I know.
You are in Port Ludlow. Did you? Okay, just for story wise, did you want to go ahead and take a steamship over to Port Ludlow and spend the night there in order to make an early start in the morning, or will you be leaving from Seattle, taking the steamboat, and then going off. What is y'all's preference?
Which
Oh,
way is more effective?
You get an
Yeah.
earlier start if you go over the night before, basically, is the only difference.
Let's do that then. No reason not
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a hotel in Port. There's a little hotel in Port Ludlow, and it doesn't look like anybody's there. The one man who gets on the stage next morning, you saw him the night before, having a couple of drinks of whiskey. Little nicely dressed man. What the hell? It's Swan. You recognize Mr. Swan, who was on board the stagecoach when y'all were attacked. In Leonard Swan, that's his name. If you scroll up at NPCs, you'll spot him. He was the little fellow that froze in the doorway when the people attacked the stage in Olympia. Wait, shit.
Oh.
No, 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 no. It's not him. Never mind. It does look like a traveling salesman. For a second, you think it's Swan, but it doesn't make
Okay.
sense that he would have gotten up here this quickly after that, because he's probably still working in Olympia quite a bit. That's a big town. Um, it's a little salesman. You find out as he loads this giant salesman's case the next
Salesman
day.
sample, yeah.
Into it. It looks like it's a traveling salesman. He might not even be going all the way to Saltmarsh. He might be stopping at Port Angeles for a few days, and then next week on to Burl, and then next week on to Saltmarsh or something like that. You're not sure. Anyway,
Yeah.
the trip back to Saltmarsh, it's going to take you that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You get to Saltmarsh around noon on Monday, on Wednesday. Um, Sean, you should be fully healed up by now, actually.
Yep.
Um, and let's see. Blah, 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 blah. We can check this off. All these things. Travel. So you get there Wednesday. The I didn't have all this plotted out yet. Wait. Saturday was 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th. The 29th of August. Um, yeah, Wednesday, August 29th. You'll get there around noon. Saltmarsh does not look like it has changed very much. The town seems quieter as you come kind of just walking in. Miss Blackwood, if you wish to look, if you click on Saltmarsh Maps and you scroll up, you got to scroll a ways. Not quite to the top. There's a date of May 9th, 2025. You will see a map of the village of Saltmarsh. You are technically coming from the north to get to the village because the road that you're on was heading west before it curved down in a southern direction, and then the first thing you spot of the town is smoke coming up out of chimneys. You spot a low wall that looks really old. That looks like it could be hundreds of years old. It's the strangest thing you've ever seen. And as you pass by the wall, which there's nobody on it or around it or anything, it's just an abandoned wall, you can see this town ahead of you. Up to the right, it kind of goes up to a bluff. Straight ahead, it goes down and meets the sea coast. There are a few. There's not many people walking around. You see a Chinese laundry apparently just off of a bridge which crosses a river. And let's see, what else can I describe to you very briefly here. As you ride into town, you're a little sore. You're not used to this kind of riding. You're passing several houses. The bridge appears to have some small shops on it. Let's see. I know Lieutenant Shaeder's probably heading for the livery stable here in town for his horse. So he passes a livery stable, and next to it is a good-sized two-story hotel. It says Saltmarsh Hotel on it. Let's check the weather. Fun. Where's my other weather die? It is really windy the day that y'all come into Saltmarsh. Like, it's just blowing off the Pacific coast. You can see what appears to be a schooner is anchored out there in the bay. There are numerous fishing boats off in the distance that you can make out as you come down, just before you come into the downtown area. You can see there's a blacksmith shop across from the livery stable and the hotel. There is a general store directly across from the hotel. Down the street, you can see what appears to be there's a little sign sticking out from a building that says Gazette. And then that street kind of goes down a little further and then turns. You can kind of see from the map there's a key there as well with the locations that have actually been identified so far by the players. You can smell fish. You can smell the sea. It looks like it should be a pretty busy little town. There's not a whole lot of people out in the streets. There appears to be the beginnings of they're working on some kind of water tower down there as well.
Was that there before?
No.
They were starting on it. Yes, they were just getting started on the water tower. It really wasn't very high yet. Okay. It's supposed to be finished by next year. That's the plan. That's what you've heard of. That was in the paper and everything.
I thought they were building that up high somewhere.
The reservoir is being built up high. Then they're going to pump the water down, put it in the tower, and then the plan is to run pipes to all the houses in town, and you can have running water in your house. At least that's what Councilman Jeff Cotts what's his name? Jeffrey Councilman Jeffrey is trying to get that done. And I'm assuming that you guys, for now, take your horses to the livery stables. You haven't had lunch yet. You probably had breakfast in Burl. The stagecoach probably beat you here by about 20 minutes. You can see that they are loading up mail. There does appear to be 2 outbound passengers leaving Saltmarsh on the stagecoach at this time. Well, it's about time. There's 2 old men sitting on the porch of the hotel on rocking chairs. And they are talking apparently to Lieutenant Shaeder as he's dismounting and getting ready to take his horse into the livery stable. You recognize these old guys as the 2 old men that are on that porch almost every day, all day, just hanging out.
Okay, well, I will go over and say hi to them.
How did we survive without the army here? I don't know. I don't either.
Well, looks like you did. Good for you.
Barely.
So what did I miss?
Another died. Sam Smith, he's dead. Yeah. He's a fisherman. He was out doing something in the swamp and never came back. Didn't find him. Must have sunk. Might have sunk. No sign of him. We're still looking. It was 3 days ago, though. No, it was 5 days. He says 5 days ago. That was 5 days ago. Gone as gone can be. Yep. People still getting sick, too. Mosquito sickness.
Same as it ever was.
Who's that? They're pointing at Miss Blackwood.
Now that is Miss Jacqueline Blackwood. He is, as I understand, a writer.
Did you get married?
Yeah.
What about old Jimenez there?
Keep on walking.
You just walk into the inn. You walk into the hotel. You don't even stop to talk to him.
No.
Well,
no, you don't have to. They're just here for comic relief.
They're just town gossip, as far as I'm concerned. So
they're not good tippers.
They'll think what they want to think.
Yep,
so.
you guys can.
You froze.
Uh-oh. Did I? Am I frozen for anybody else?
No, not for me or not. I think
not for me.
I think it's.
I'm gonna click Boffin back on. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
And Miss Blackwood, you heard the quipping going on, possibly at your expense. Something about getting married. You don't know.
I'm going to politely ignore them.
It's easy to do. Yeah.
They're used to it.
There's quite a few people. There's a few people in the hotel at lunchtime.
Now,
more than
by the way,
usual.
on the way while we were riding is when I would fill the others in on
Oh
what I
yeah.
learned from Brigette.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So
So when I hear that Sam is missing, that confirms what I suspected.
Okay.
That
Well,
someone
and
named
then
Sam was kidnapped and taken to wherever Bridget is. Now they're telling me that a guy named Sam has disappeared.
I imagine Miss Blackwood would have her own questions on our conversations with that about the Dreamlands and all this other stuff. If we're gonna
yeah,
be speaking openly and honestly,
I don't know.
so
What do y'all want to tell her on the trip? I mean, there's plenty of downtime when you're sitting off the horses or
yeah, and I'll
walking the horses
Yeah.
to let them rest as well. So
Yeah,
I'll
and
be
that's why I
I'll
can
be
attend
open
when
with
no
her.
one else
you're
is around.
you're gonna have to
Yeah,
tell her everything you tell her
yeah,
because
Yeah,
she has
yeah.
not
I
been
know.
here. So
So
have at.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'll inform her that we went to a place called the Dreamlands in our dreams. Um, we seem to only be there for like a night, even though we spent months there. Um, we traveled all throughout looking for this Wilkes with Hutton, and Wilkes had duped us. And when we returned back to Saltmarsh, he was able to swap bodies with Hutton. That's why we were chasing Hutton. We were really chasing this Wilkes. Um, but yeah, I said Fernando will say that he died in the Dreamlands, so there was stuff that he didn't know that the others had done, and that's why he really doesn't like talking about the Dreamlands. So, but as far as like, that's why they went was to find out this information about Wilkes, and he found out that they found him, but he'll let the others divulge more on that as he's not currently.
and what we
Yeah.
know now is someone has kidnapped a bunch of people and is holding them prisoner in some cave. One of them is Bridget. The inhabitants of Saltmarsh think that the captives are dead, so they're not searching for them.
Because they've been announced as dead
Yes.
Yeah,
by the people at the infirmary back in the swamp.
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah,
And
it all
buried.
goes. It all goes through the infirmary.
Hmm.
They're involved somehow, for reasons we don't understand yet. But
Out of character, did we dug up?
You dug up a body. I can't remember
Yeah.
which one it was off the top of my head. Isabella
Yeah,
wanted
I-
body
I-
parts for a ghoul, and in the process, you found there were none because the coffin was
Yep.
filled with very wet
sand.
sandbags. Yeah, because the
Yeah.
coffins were dug down in. It's in a it's a cemetery in a
It's in
swamp.
the swamp.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, the folks at the infirmary are telling people that they've died, but in fact,
And
they're
that they've
kidnapping
buried
and
them.
holding them prisoner
Right,
somewhere.
and that they've buried them. The infirmary people are like, and the infirmary's run by a priest named Father. Fuck.
I think I have that information somewhere.
That's the man we want to talk to.
Oh, he's in another notebook.
Oh, I thought we have talked to him already.
You have talked to him. You went up and
Yeah.
talked to him. You didn't get very much in the way of answers. Isabella did not like him because he was
Yeah.
like, "No, we don't need you to help volunteer here. We don't want to spread the disease." Clergy. Where are my clergy for this frickin' town? Saltmarsh Saloon. I made all these little things with the pictures to help me because I'm very visual. And so, Father Lyman Frack. He's got 3 other people up there with him, assistants of some kind.
But there's also another building that they have, though, don't they? That's
Yeah,
on
there's
the
a small
cliffside.
building that is his quarters, is what you were told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The local doctor has analyzed and cannot figure this disease out. It seems to be random. You guys could tell her that he thinks it's okay. Airborne. The idea that diseases can be airborne and spread that way just doesn't exist. It was theorized by certain people around this time period, but the medical community is like bullshit. It's impossible. It's not going to be till the 1950s until people are like, yeah, somebody can sneeze and you don't get even a particle of them on you, and you can still catch cold and get sick and die, or get the flu or whatever. Even though,
Well, hang on. The idea that diseases are spread by bad air is very common.
But this isn't
Well,
bad
that's
air.
that's
This
what.
is by a person to another person. The
Oh yeah,
malaise
no,
and
not
bad
yeah,
air
not
can.
person.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, not
That in
person to
this
person.
time period, that doesn't exist. I mean,
Yeah,
well,
not
there are
person to
people
person.
that think it, but the medical community is like, no, no, no. Um, and
Well,
that doesn't change till the
we know that
50s.
we know that diseases like smallpox can be transmitted person to person.
Right, but it's usually by flecks of something
Yeah,
coming out of your mouth or
Bodily
sweat and that kind of
fluids.
stuff,
Yeah,
bodily
yeah,
fluids,
yeah.
not just like invisible things that float in the air. Um,
yeah.
but the doctor, that's what he thinks. It's by touch somehow, but at the same time, anemia is one of the symptoms once you get it, and a lot of people have been going up to the infirmary to get, instead of coming to the local doctor. Some of it because of like a bit of racism, because he is a Negro, and other of it because the infirmary seems to be having a real good turnover and getting people cured fairly quickly, or at least the symptoms are being reduced very quickly at the infirmary. Whereas
Now,
this,
some of them,
some
some
of
people
them,
die there.
and some people have died up there, yes, allegedly died. Um,
Well, we know that
and then
that's
they're
not so.
buried at the little graveyard near the infirmary that was called the prospectors graveyard, because a lot of
Yeah.
prospectors were buried there 30, 40 years ago when there was a gold rush in the area. um, Trying to think of what other
That's where
information.
we dug up the body, right?
Yes, you haven't dug anybody up in the Saltmarsh cemetery near the church in town, but you did find there's a ghoul that comes out of there once in a while. What the hell was his name? He was Parlo. Mars? I think his name is actually Mars. That's
Ma-
really fucking
yeah,
weird, Kevin. That I
yeah.
just
That's why
realized.
I saw that I had Mars written down on somewhere.
Mars
I'm like, what's
Parlo.
that name
Yep,
from?
Hmm.
was his
Huh.
name. So
Hold
I
on.
don't know if you guys want
Who-
to share with her there is a ghoul that might live in one of the crypts up there or not. That's up to you. Remember, and Miss Eldridge was talking to him, and there was another ghoul that got brought in from somewhere else. Asa Keysberg. I don't know how much detail you want to try to dump on her all at once and
Yeah,
blow Miss
Not
Blackwood's
all
I
of
don't
it.
mind.
I don't know if I want to tell her
Okay.
that much, but part of me is thinking like, hey, we can tell that ghoul where Isabella's at if he wants to collect.
Jeez, that's hundreds of miles away. Um,
It's a ghoul. It's a ghoul. I don't know what he can do.
so I think
Fair
those are
enough.
the main facts in the whole thing. There are four people up at the infirmary. Father Lyman, and he's got three like assistants or something like that. Two men and a woman. What else? Bridget, yeah, Bridget died on August 11th, and it's now the 29th. So it's been over 2 weeks since Bridget, and then Bridget came to them in their dreams, and actually
I I just thought of one other thing.
tell it.
As we were getting into town, did her brother come up and like come up to us at all?
Harley, not yet.
Okay, all right. That's all I was wondering.
Yeah. Oh, and then
So
Miss Eldridge told you guys that Harley said that Bridget gets in his dreams all the time
yeah,
and fiddles
Yeah.
with him and messes with him. So
yeah.
something's so
Messes
You know,
with him.
yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
he says
much.
quit messing with him
Leave
or
me alone.
whatever. So
Tell her I don't
I
like
quit
it.
also, I
dreaming,
also,
Quit dreaming
dreaming
at
on
me.
him or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have, I have a plan here that I think might lead us to where Bridget is. Actually,
Dowsing rod.
we know the infirmary is involved. I suspect whoever brings the food comes from there.
Brings the
So I
food.
Yes,
suspect.
but
What food?
Well, Bridget says someone brings them food.
Oh, oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
or
Go ahead.
food
Go ahead.
is
No,
left
go ahead.
for
Go ahead.
them
Yes.
regardless. But yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
I
Well, I
I
suspect
was
if we watch
totally
the infirmary,
wrong.
we'll see someone travel to the prison site.
Could be. Yeah.
maybe. Unless I said if unless they're somewhere underneath already at one of the buildings.
Or that. Yeah. The
You-
other possibility is
So
directly
you are
below the
saying
structures.
to scout it out and hide and watch.
yes, exactly what I'm thinking.
Now, all this is conversation taking place as y'all are traveling in the wilderness to Saltmarsh, right?
Yeah, so
So
once
this is
we
all
get there,
retroed
then
in
we can
as
work out.
this
Yeah,
is a huge
once we get there, we can work
conversation.
out the logistics of
Right, exactly.
how to do that.
Oh! You also passed a spot on the road, Miss Blackwood. By the way, a
I was
couple
going to
miles
warn her
before
about
you
that at
got
some point.
there, and on each side of the road there are all these signs: "No trespassing," "Keep out." Everything's misspelled on both sides of the road, and you can see trails that lead into the woods. And at this juncture, there's a lot of bullet holes in these signs, like a lot, like an excessive amount of bullet holes in the signs on both sides. No trespassing. Pickersgill's property on your right is what you see. You think that's kind of towards the north because you're heading in a western direction when you see this, and then slightly after that, the road kind of turns to the south, and then you pass another road where ooh somebody probably could have told you that that leads to the town of, oh God, I forgot the name of the town. Oh no. Um, Hold on, I have a cheating map here.
Is that
Haha.
Burl or not?
No. That is La Pouche.
Oh,
La Pouche
okay.
is where the
Native settlement.
Quinault.
Yeah.
It's the Quinault who did not go to the
Yeah.
From
reservations.
Twilight?
Yes, that's literally where this is. I found out. Um, so that's La Pouche. It's an Indian town with the Quinault live there right now. They're not supposed to. They're supposed to be on a reservation to the south, but nobody's done anything about it. So they're just kind of there, living their lives, and it's a little town of about 100 natives are there. Because I'm sure you guys have been past this, and I don't know if any of y'all have been to La Push or not. You know, Hazard went up to La Push a bunch to talk to their tribal council.
I know Fernando assumed that that's where Ozuye was going when he first met him in
Okay,
town
so
or
yeah,
whatever,
it's probably Jimenez who's like, "Yep, La Push is like half a mile up that way. You can kind of see him up there. They're on the coast." And then this road continues south, and then bam, you get to Saltmarsh. So it curves to the south here right at the end. They can also probably tell you that the Pickersgills live on one side and the Baldries live on the other. There's some kind of feud. Nobody in this group has, especially, well, I guess Jimenez is the one who's been there the longest. He still doesn't know what it's about. Just that they hate each
Nope.
other, and that people in town are
Yep.
scared of these people because if you get on their property, they will shoot you first, and then they might not even report that you were there. They'll just shoot you dead and throw you in a shallow grave or something. Um, and that in town people are nervous around them and a little fearful of them, and the marshal doesn't think he has the forces to actually do anything about them. So, because the marshal has two deputies, and there's at least like
There's
7 or 8
two big
Pickersgills, and then there's this new guy, Ernest Trout or something like that, who's recently arrived, and he's even crazier than the rest of the Baldries. Um, so yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Shaeder, you've talked to one of the Baldries. You talked to Enos.
Yes, I have.
And he
Yes,
told you
I
this
have.
crazy ass story about shooting somebody on his property, and the dude just kind of disintegrated and flew away. Whatever the hell that means. And yeah, he came in quite disturbed that night, and you two shared some spooky stories with each other and made best friends. And he got so ripped he probably didn't even remember it the next day. At least that's what he was trying to do. So you could have filled her in on that happened too.
Yeah, I will mention at least most of it.
Okay.
How I met. He was drunk. I met him. He told me about some crazy shit. We drank more. I unloaded his gun just to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Left in the morning.
Yep, he climbed out the window and left the hotel. Probably is afraid he's going to get charged for the room. So, yeah, this looks like a regular crowd in here today. Um, there is an Indian sitting at the bar talking to a man with a big mustache behind the bar. They're just kind of chatting like they know each other. There's maybe a dozen people, maybe a little more than that, eating lunch, having a beer or something. You can see there's a piano on one side, and basically there's like almost two wings off of the front of the hotel, and steps go up on either side as well. So there's 2 floors. Excuse me. There's 2 floors here, downstairs and upstairs, and It's a big hotel for it's this small of a town. You can't imagine there's more than about 1,000 people living in this whole town. And some people are talking in hushed voices. There's one small group that they're very very muddy. There's mud up to their knees, some of them, and they look like they're just eating very quickly. And a boy comes walking up and says, "Oh, welcome back, Mr. Shaeder."
Well, thank you. Do I know this boy?
Yeah, yeah, he's one of the boys that works here, basically to like haul luggage and stuff like that. Um,
Okay.
this is nope, it's not Roy. This is yeah, no, it is Roy. It's Roy Fleming. He's carried your stuff before, and that he's helped you to your room some nights when you've been you've had a little too much to smoke and that kind of thing. Have you been smoking your opium
One.
on the trip
Once we were
here?
yeah, once we were traveling.
Okay, so
Since nothing is particularly terrifying and whatnot, I will have got back to that most nights,
Miss Blackwood, that's something
including the night I was in the Dreamlands.
okay. You notice that he is obviously smoking opium, which is not really like necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of you've heard of it, but there hasn't. I don't believe there's as much opium smoking back east. I could be mistaken.
Yeah, it's
Um,
much more a Western thing because it's associated primarily with Chinese
yes.
Muslims.
So
Yeah.
you've noticed that about Lieutenant Shaeder. I don't think anybody else has any problems at night, like night terrors or weird
It
stuff.
smells really good.
Yeah,
Fernando's
it
been
does
over there
smell.
getting himself a nice little secondhand high.
No, no,
Uh,
no, no. It just smells good. It's a observation.
okay. So yeah, so there's a lot of information to dump on you, Lillian. Sorry about that, but this looks like a pretty nice hotel. And the boy notices you. He looks at Jimenez and kind of nods at him, obviously recognizing
Mhm.
him. Ozuye Shappa, did you stay in the hotel? Do you remember?
Yeah, he had.
And he looks at Ozuye Shappa, and then he looks at you, and he's like, he's hesitant for a second, and he's like, "Do you need a room, ma'am?"
Do I need a room?
Yes, he's asking you. He's asking Miss Blackwood that.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, so he scurries off. He's like, "Oh, come with me, come with me. Do you want your same room, Lieutenant?"
Yes, please.
Mister. He's pointing at Azuya Shappa. Obviously, can't remember your name because it's not John Smith or something simple.
Yeah. Whichever room will be fine.
All right, all right. And he takes you up to sign your name in the register, Miss Blackwood. You know how long you're staying?
No, I don't know how
All right,
long
all right.
I'm
That's
staying.
that's
Do
fine.
I know how long I'm staying, guys? I don't know.
It has no mention has been made of how long you would stay.
Yep.
It's a
No,
very
we don't
colorful
know.
little town, and all these weird stories they're telling you are pretty weird. Um, so they get you all keys. You get you set up in your rooms. You can take your luggage
I,
upstairs or downstairs.
I
Yes.
also might mention to her on the way down that if she thought she might need work, I'm sure what Cunningham with at the
At the
newspaper would hire
newspaper,
her.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hutton
but
just
say
disappeared apparently.
yeah,
So
he knows there's a job opening at least. So, but that's if she wanted or thought she might needed work. So,
well, keep in mind too. Then you think, oh yeah, wait, she just got 2 grand for this treasure
oh, I
hunt.
know,
She's
but like I
probably
said,
set for the next 6 months.
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, if she wants to work, just to keep herself busy or something. But yeah.
Yeah. So you guys get settled in. You can have some lunch. The people with mud on their legs eat. They gulp down a beer and then they head back out. Um, like in a hurry. The other people that you recognize.
Could I stop one of them and ask them if they're searching for Sam?
Yeah,
I'm just going to assume that.
that's what we're doing. You want to come?
Well, I just got back in the town. I'm pretty sore from riding right now.
All right.
So, but
and then he just goes out the door. That's how the
Yeah,
conversation just
like
ends.
that's
They're in kind of a
yeah.
hurry. Yeah. So you guys settle back into Saltmarsh. You don't see any sign of Maggie. You did see Ed at the bar. Um, he was talking
Ed
with
is
Ed's
yeah. Ed
the
is
Indian.
the name.
He
Yeah.
does a lot of
Hmm.
little jobs around town. He was talking with Warren
Oh yes,
Blank,
the
the
writer.
bartender. The
Right.
writer,
I say I
yes, that's right. He is a writer. That's right. I forgot about that. Has some interesting contacts. Um,
I like him. He seems like a cool guy.
yeah. It doesn't take you long. It's a nice hotel. There's mosquito netting in the windows of your room, Miss Blackwood, as there are with all the rooms apparently, and it looks like a quiet, sleepy little town. You can't imagine anything exciting happening here, really. Um, you know what? You've heard Saltmarsh somewhere. You think you've read about it somewhere in newspapers. Not terribly. A couple months ago, maybe. Lieutenant Shaeder, they have mail for you.
I knew that.
We'll come back to that, Miss Blackwood. Um, I'm going to go ahead
I
and
will,
put
of
this.
course, collect the mail.
Right, right. Roy Fleming has it for you. They've been keeping your mail for you. You left abruptly, but they figured they would hang on to the mail until they found out either you came back. This is what Warren Blank, the bartender, tells you. Either you come back or they figure out where to send it to. He said this one arrived. These arrived last week. You got a couple of dispatches and stuff. You've got some script to give to the bank to give you spending money, like your paychecks have come. You know what I mean? So that's happened. But there's two letters. They're both. The first one is postmarked. Um, well, fuck me. Why is that not opening? First one is postmarked August 19th, Seattle. The return address is Captain E.A. Bancroft, Commanding Officer, Fort Townsend. And the other one, that's not what I wanted to do. The other one is postmarked the 15th of August, Office of the U.S. Army, Western Washington Territory, Olympia. The name on that is Major Abner J. Grizzard.
Okay.
I'm going to put these, if it's all right with you, into gaming text Down Darker Trails.
Okay.
The first letter is from your CO, and the second letter is from Major Grizzard. You want to read Grizzard's for us? For the record? I mean, basically, Bancroft basically told you everything that was in his letter. Although it does have an ending as watch your back after he talked about Major Grizzard. So,
see the other one.
the second one is the one from Grizzard. I haven't printed these out yet. I should print these out for my own records. Boop. Can you see it?
Yeah.
I gotta go grab a hoodie.
A hoodie. A hoodie? The shadow.
It do be cold.
Yeah.
Now, April 20th was the day that we went up to when we captured the smugglers. Did you hear me? You're not hearing me.
Wait, can you hear me? Sorry, I had the.
Okay.
Yeah, now
I was
I can.
muted. Sorry. April 20th was before you got here, Lieutenant Shaeder. You might have read about it in the papers about the capturing of the smugglers.
Okay, so I don't know who these men are then.
No. Can you read this out loud for us? For the record.
I'm not necessarily sharing it at the moment.
Oh, okay, okay. Don't look at these letters, people. Not unless he
I
tells you.
haven't yet, so
Okay.
yeah, I haven't yet, just for that
Uh,
purpose. So
I'm just being clear to myself. He's referring to men I don't know.
Correct. You got here in, I believe, early August or maybe late July. No, you got here, yeah, late July, because you guys went to the Dreamlands around July 24th, if I remember
okay,
correctly. It was somewhere in that time period. And then after that was when you got transferred to Saltmarsh.
Okay. So what I will do is I'm going to ask: was anyone here when we meet again for lunch? Was anyone here on the 20th of April?
I was.
Did you hear of some men being arrested?
No, you weren't. Alonzo, you
Oh,
were not here. No, Tex
Alonzo
was.
wasn't.
Tex was here. Tex helped
But I
them
thought
escape.
Fernando.
Remember?
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. But I thought Fernando went with the ship though. I thought Fernando went with the ship.
He
down.
did. That was later. This happened directly
Okay,
after
okay.
the sea ghost had been captured by these other
okay.
people. A few days later, there was a terrible fire at the jail. It burned to the ground. They released these prisoners who then
Half of it did.
escaped. No, the whole fucking jail was
so
gone,
I-
dude. It was gone.
So I wasn't here for any of this.
No, neither was.
Yeah,
When you
so
asked
then
Jimenez, he was
Fernando.
not either. There were articles in the newspaper about it, in the Saltmarsh Gazettes, which I believe Shaeder grabbed some old copies, if I remember correctly, to familiarize himself with the area. So, or you could check in the Saltmarsh Gazette
I'm
if you
gonna I'm
wish.
gonna I'm gonna do that later.
Okay.
What I'm telling everybody else basically is that I've received orders from the new regional commander that he wants these men who escaped from jail on the 20th found and arrested. And
Well,
he's writing as if I know them. I don't. That's why I asked. You know who these men are?
You guys have.
he probably should not have sent a letter, as I don't think these men are even anywhere near here by now.
I doubt they are, but the point I make is that I may need to see to this task. So if we can't solve this matter with Bridget fairly quickly, you may have to do it without me.
Okay, I see.
And because he has sent some reinforcements,
He's
and
sending.
wants me to take charge of finding these men.
Yeah, he's sending you these guys. He says.
Yeah, I don't know when they'll arrive.
Correct.
He has no way of knowing either. So we need to deal with this matter with Bridget quickly if I'm going to be able to help you.
All right. So we should, set out first thing in the morning then tomorrow.
Sit out. Where are you going?
The infirmary.
Oh yeah.
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 Actually,
You could go today.
I'm inclined to say we should watch by night. If they were secretly feeding people they're holding prisoner, I expect that they would probably travel by night. And Bridget has no way to know at what hour food is arriving.
Very well.
Because-
Yeah.
We don't even know how often food is arriving. She has no way to keep time.
Nope.
But
So-
you said she was appearing, or the cat said she was seemingly more sickly with each visit.
Yeah, we need to move
So,
quickly on that
it must not
basis.
be
And
much.
this. Yeah. And Sam is there too. He's not dead. If we find Bridget, we also find Sam.
And
I think
presumably
we find a lot more than just those two. Yeah.
And yes, and others as well. So my thinking is that
Everybody.
we take ourselves up to the infirmary and we watch by night.
Very well.
We take shifts and get some rest as we watch.
well.
All right, so let's do that.
So what's the plan?
Just that. Going up, finding a blind, basically, where we can
Okay.
watch the infirmary buildings, and then watching. And if it's
Let's
nighttime
see.
like that, if we want, we'll take shifts so some people can sleep while others watch.
Gotcha. So here's what I'm going to do. In that same place, I'm going to put again the maps of the area around the infirmary, what the graveyard looks like, close-ups of the graveyard and the clinic, or the infirmary. And Miss Blackwood, are you going to accompany these gentlemen?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Basically, the way to get up this way, the way that you guys traveled before, I don't believe Ozuye Shappa went. I think it was Hutton, but Fernando went, and Lieutenant Shaeder, I believe, went. Is to follow the Kingfisher River up. You can see that on the map. Oh, I should have put this in maps. That's okay. I'll move these later into Saltmarsh maps. In the Saltmarsh maps, you can see there's kind of a road up by the Kingfisher River. It crosses the Kingfisher and kind of follows up to the west and just kind of follows that side of the river, breaking away from the river at one point. It passes through swamps. These are freshwater swamps up this far. The salt marsh is down closer to Saltmarsh and directly north of town. And you're coming, and then the trail kind of goes by this graveyard, the Prospector's Graveyard, which lies down in the swamp itself. Whereas and also at this juncture, just above it, there's like a cliffside, about 100 foot high, and then you can see where the trail goes up to where they tell you the clinic is, or the infirmary, whatever you want to call it. From the graveyard, you can just barely make out like the roof of the infirmary, and you can't see the second building that they say is up there at all. But you can get a kind of an idea of where everything is in relation to everything else in this general vicinity. The graves in this graveyard, it's like a cleared area beside the path. There are a few lonely gravestones. A lot of them are tipped over, and then along the road towards the infirmary, there's some new ones with wooden boards stuck into the ground that you can that have newer dates on them. Your entire trek up here, it maybe took you an hour. It's probably maybe 2 miles, maybe 1.5 miles, but it's a twisted path through the swamp. You don't really want to go off the path much if you can help it, because it's the driest place in the area. Somebody has
the highest ground.
Pretty much. They've picked the highest ground, and they've shored up in places or fixed it or whatever, and so you're separated by all this, and it's a regular swamp. There's a lot of woodland, a lot of trees in this swamp as well. The salt marsh closer to town is just like nothing. It's just a flat with grass and shit coming out of it. This is a more freshwater swamp upriver of that. You can see where men have been moving back and forth. It looks like there is some kind of construction going on that ridge to the left off the map, further on to the left, and they can also inform you that's where they're working on a reservoir. And there's plans to run pipes down from where the Kingfisher River goes there. They're proposing, you guys probably have overheard them, people talking about the proposed canal. Not really a canal, but it's more of just a waterway from a bigger river that hooks to the Kingfisher to fill that reservoir. That has not been completed yet, and they're still digging the reservoir out up there. But then the whole plan is pipes will come down from the reservoir, go down into town, up to the water tower, and then everybody gets water. They have not started putting pipes into anybody's houses yet,
Okay.
as far as you can tell.
So-
So there's your maps. Whereabouts do you want to be?
I would think in the wooded area, whatever,
Gaming text.
trying
Give us
to
a-
maybe in between both the infirmary and the I want to call it like a parsonage or something. But,
Yeah, G looks like his
um,
private quarters of some kind.
yeah.
Uh, so okay, I'm like behind. You want to get up behind the infirmary or down
If we
below?
can.
I mean, you can.
I would
The only path is real visible from the infirmary. That's the only problem. You know what I mean? If anybody's kind of looking that direction, they'll see you. If you go
Yeah,
up
we
that
need a place
path,
that's a little more. We need a place that's a little more concealed.
you
We
could.
don't know.
Go ahead.
We don't know what these buildings were prior to all this, do we?
Yes, Jimenez can tell you, freshly built. Carpenters. Would have remembered reading in the newspaper that donations were made. Some carpenters gave their free time, and these buildings were built fresh. They're
Okay.
brand new structures.
I,
And you were there.
I,
No,
I, I,
Ozuye Shappa was not there, I don't believe. But Jimenez, you've seen him. Nice building. You haven't seen the parsonage,
Yeah.
but you've seen the main building. People have donated mosquito netting for the actual infirmary room and that kind of stuff. And Lieutenant Shaeder, you've seen it as well. And then it looks like it's kind of a U shaped with like a kitchen and a pharmacy, and then the infirmary, and then on the what side? East side, it sticks out, and it looks like there was a big storage area in one, and the other one appeared to be probably probably the quarters for the people that work there. There were 3 doors, so they each probably have their own little room.
uh,
There's a short wall that goes around the whole front of the thing, and they've got some tables set up out there and that kind of thing. Here, actually, at least for those who have been in here.
There's not like a mausoleum or anything though at the great. No.
At the gravesite?
Like,
no, it's
No,
a-
no, no,
no,
no.
it was prospectors,
The Prospector's Graveyard,
Mi-
yeah.
miners.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some little buildings there. They're in bad shape. They are like collapsing. You know what I mean? It's more like those above water tombs, like they have in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
It's more like those. Like 1 or 2 coffins can. There's probably one decent sized one, and the other ones are probably enough that you could fit 2 coffins in them above ground, and then close them up.
Okay.
And those have been here. Those are the old. That's the old part of the cemetery.
Is it
Okay.
possible they built those buildings on top of the caves they are keeping people in?
It's possible.
Maybe. Of course, if it was a mining community, could there be something along this ridge though as well?
That's
It's also a good
possible.
question.
There are some
Well,
lost
I think-
mines out here somewhere. You guys know that.
Well, I
you've-
figure they've got to bring them food at least once a day. So, if we haven't seen anyone suspicious carrying food in 24 hours, we move on to Plan B.
where
Okay.
where do you want to try to set up to watch? If you want to be up by the infirmary, you're either going to have to go like the other side of the river and come back, not to be seen, or go back towards the reservoir and come back, not to be seen. You know what I mean? Like taking that one little path up that's closest to the infirmary is going to.
Yeah,
Or you might be able to get
we're
up
gonna
there
be
without
seen.
being seen, but you have a better chance of being seen on that path. The two of you know it goes right up in front of the infirmary.
Okay. Yeah.
So you got plenty of time to decide on this. Once you get close, you could still be in those trees down by the cemetery for now.
Do we have a good view from there?
No, you don't have a good view of
Then we
either
gotta go.
building from down there because of it's a ridge and it's just too high.
Yeah.
Unless somebody climbs
Yeah,
a
we gotta
tree, but even then it's pretty far away.
All right, let's get closer then.
How do you want to get closer? If you take the main path, someone could see you more easily than if you take a long roundabout route.
I say we head around to where they're building the reservoir, so it could look like if we happen to be seen heading that way, they might think we're workers for the reservoir or something,
You could do that.
and then
Yeah.
we can head
right.
around that way then.
You don't really find an easy way up and have to go quite a ways out of your way. And you come to the guesstimation that the workers are probably using that one path near the infirmary and then going over to the reservoir.
That's fine.
Okay.
And you make as you make your big loop, it is getting late afternoon, and you can actually see people packing up at the reservoir site and heading towards the infirmary. If you watch for long enough, you do see they head down that way and take that same path past the graveyard and back to town.
Okay. So the reservoir workers are leaving by the time dark falls.
Yes, they leave before dark. They finish up late afternoon.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
They want to be back before dark falls.
They do. Dinner time.
This is where we want to
Yeah.
be. Yeah, because if they're defeating people clandestinely, I suspect they do it after dark.
Okay. Do you
So
want to
this
get
is where we wanna be.
closer? From the reservoir, you can't see much.
Yeah, once it gets dark,
Oh, yeah.
we have to get closer.
Okay. You're constantly swatting mosquitoes the whole time you're here. It's pretty miserable out here in the swamp. So it'll get dark around 7:30, 8 o'clock when the sun actually goes down. And it starts to get, it's dusk. I don't know if you want to head over there by dusk or wait till full dark. What's the plan?
I'm okay with having some daylight so we can at least get to a more, find a
we can-
position where we can
Exactly.
view
Okay,
places
So
easier.
you're creeping over that direction in the dusk. The sun is pretty much down. The sky behind you is purple, but there's still enough light to see by. As you creep closer, how close do you wish to get?
How close
would
can
like
we
to get-
with cover?
I would like to get
There's go
close
ahead.
enough to see in between both the buildings or whatever at least.
There's pretty
that's
decent tree
possible.
cover behind the buildings, between them. You can see on this map. There's more
Yeah.
trees between them and the reservoir. There's enough so you can't make out from the reservoir what's going on at the infirmary or vice versa very easily. There's enough trees on this ridge. But you could get over into that grouping of trees that is behind and between the two buildings, if you wish.
That's where I was kind of wanting to go
Okay.
in the beginning.
Yeah.
That should give us a good view, right?
Yes, you can find a place to hide. Everybody can make me a stealth check. Give yourself 2 bonus dice as you're setting up. I gave you a map of the infirmary building. As you can see, there are a couple of windows there's only 3 windows on the back, and 2 of those, you remember, were in the actual infirmary itself. Holy shit. I see a 22 for Sean.
I got a 9. I ended up having a 19 because I moved the 1 dice. So
19.
I did succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What about
let's do
Jimenez?
29 right now. Let's see if I can do better. 29.
29, is that a successful stealth?
Hard success for me.
Damn. So far 2 successes. Jimenez.
And I got a 12, which is a hard success for me.
How about Miss Blackwood?
You said we're just doing a normal roll?
Yeah, you're doing a normal roll first.
Yeah, do your 1d100.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, that's Shaeder. So, Miss Blackwood. Did you roll,
So the
Lillian?
1D100, I got a
91. Okay, so now roll me a D10.
Yeah.
Do it twice. Do 1D10.
Okay, so that's a 5. So now
That's
now do it
51.
again.
Yeah, do it one more time. I gave ready 2 bonus dice because you guys took your time. You find a place far away. That's a 91.
Yeah.
So 51. Does 51 beat your stealth? Is that less than your stealth on your character sheet?
No.
Oh,
because
why?
I didn't put any-
Why did she
I
wear a
didn't
red
put any-
dress today?
Red at night would be okay.
You guys are hidden as best you can be. Um, Probably Miss Blackwood is hidden the not quite as well as the rest of you. You're not on top of them still. So,
I'm not super great at this like sneaking thing.
That's fine.
and but it has gotten pretty dark, and time passes. Tick 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 tick. Okay, so let me do this. Ah, there he is. Okay.
I mean, we probably would have
Okay.
scouted out a location we could watch from, and then have a place where the rest of us would rest at some point in time, away from. I would think, but yeah.
I was
we
assuming
also
you'd get a
didn't
place where you could
specify
all
that.
put eyes on it, so you'd have more people
Yeah.
watching in case somebody does fall asleep or something. Um, these pine trees
true,
make some
too.
pretty nice soft. Well, it's kind of prickly,
Oh,
but it's
no,
softer than some things.
pine straw is some of the best stuff to sleep on if you got to
Ugh.
sleep outside.
I don't know. Anyway, I lived in North Carolina. I hated that shit. So,
It's better than a root.
you spot after dark. You spot a man walking from the. We're gonna call it the parsonage because that's what Jimenez kind of referred to it as before, and I like that term. Walking from the parsonage to the infirmary. Then there's some stuff that happens at the infirmary. You can hear people talking. Uh, you can hear like voices coming over. There's glass on these windows, but a lot of times they're left open. You remember that from being there before. You can hear voices coming from there, quiet voices. Can't make out any real words. You're too far away, and everything. And there is a lot. Oh, you guys are getting bit up out here by the mosquitoes. By the way, it's not as bad as it was down in the swamp, but it's still not great. Um, Everybody can make me a spot hidden. I need a hard success though.
Well, I rolled an 02. I may have gotten
Oh, damn
extreme
it.
success.
Okay.
Yeah, it's extreme success.
Okay.
Regular success for me, I believe.
Okay.
Nope, actually it failed.
Okay.
But you've got extreme success, so we're
Yeah.
okay.
Ozuye Shappa. 48.
Yep.
How
Are
about
you muted, John?
Miss Blackwood?
Oh yeah, failed. Sorry.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I failed.
Okay. So it's only Fernando Jimenez who notices um, what appears to be a swarm of mosquitoes. You've never quite seen anything like this. You're not sure where it came from. It is over when you spot it. It is like not at the infirmary. It's over beyond the infirmary. So you guys are looking to the kind of to the east. Okay, the infirmary faces east. That's where the hill kind of goes in an kind of a north south, northeast, and it's on the other side of the infirmary when you see it. But it has to be hundreds of mosquitoes, and they're all in like a group. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Yeah, it's-
you see it. What you see is you see them fly down over the edge of the cliff, somewhere on
Okay.
that other side of the infirmary. You're not sure where they came from exactly. Um,
That's what Enos saw.
so there you go. I don't know what you want to tell them, and it disappears down into the swamp.
I will try to point it out to him when I see it, if I can.
Maybe a luck check. Make a sanity check too, by the way, Fernando. Let's see if that delays you just a moment because you have. This is what the fuck.
I say. What do you want me to roll that same for my sanity, or because
Okay,
I rolled a 31 first? But
Do the sanity first, and then we'll do the
Okay.
luck. And if you get the sanity check, you can immediately point it out.
I mean, the sanity with the 31 would be a hard success. For
Okay,
my
so you
sanity.
lose 0, and you can immediately point it out. And let's with the luck check see if it's still within sight by the time
And
you get your hands.
Luck
okay.
check. I
Yeah.
made a
right.
regular success.
Yeah, he immediately is like, "What? What do you say when you point it out? How about that? That's what I want to know."
Yeah. Like, do you see that? Is that a swarm? That has to be a
And you all,
lot of mosquitoes.
there's at least a couple seconds before it dips down, apparently over the cliff's edge. You know what I mean? And vanishes from your sight. That all three of you can see this now. once he points it out to you. And yes, it is a massive swarm of mosquitoes or something. I mean, what else could it be?
Well,
what else could it fucking be?
Someone told me a story about that, seeing a swarm of mosquitoes attack a person.
You guys had a dream about that, some of you.
That too.
About Brigette being attacked by a massive swarm of mosquitoes. A horrific, terrifying swarm. Everybody make a sanity check, please, for seeing this. No, you already made yours, Fernando.
Okay,
Remember?
I was gonna say,
Yeah, you already made it.
mine, right?
Yes, you did.
All right, I make it sure.
No.
If you fail, you lose 1 point of sanity.
Right.
What the fuck is that? Or something to that effect goes through your head. How'd you do, Jacqueline? That 66, is that a success or a fail? Or was that? Yeah, 66. Are you muted, Jacqueline?
What is it? No, what does it have to
Sanity,
be?
please.
That's
Less than or
for
equal to?
sanity? Oh, I failed.
Okay, you lose 1 point of sanity.
Yep.
That's not
Huzzah.
natural. That is not something. That's not right. What the hell?
There's birds that do stuff like that, though.
Yeah,
'Cause they're
there's
like,
birds.
I
There are
know,
not
but
fucking
They may not
insects
be
that
as
do that
smart,
shit.
Yeah,
And so many
Yeah.
that you can see them in the dark.
right.
Let's see what kind of moon you guys got tonight.
I've seen bats do that, but I haven't seen
Tiny,
insects.
tiny insects of some kind. It almost looks like sand. Black sand is swarming around in the air. What is this? The 29th, Wednesday the 29th.
Or actually,
August
that's probably
29th?
what it looks like. It looks like the air just turned black and
Yeah.
turned into a shadow, basically.
Exactly,
and
that's
swept down the cliffside.
Are those insects? It didn't look solid.
Yeah.
Was it solid? That's why it's freaking people out. So the 23rd was
Yeah,
a full moon, and the 31st will be a half. So you're almost a half, just a bit bigger than a half moon, and the moon is waning right now. So there is some moonlight, and you see this in it.
What, waning gibbous? Is that what it's called right now?
I don't know. I honestly don't remember what gibbous means. So yeah, you do notice that. Time passes. Several more hours pass. I will need another hard spot hidden.
No. I didn't even
100?
get a regular.
Do I see 100, Shaeder?
I tear my eyes out.
No. What do you see? Think about what you think you see, Sean.
Nope.
I know what you see, Sean. Nope. How about Miss Blackwood? A 41. Is that
The best roll so far.
It's not 100.
Better
Finally,
than
a
my
success.
62.
Is it a hard success though?
No.
Okay. So it's Ozuye Shappa.
Yeah.
You keep having this feeling. Have you ever had a feeling you was being watched?
Yes.
And you keep looking around, and then back behind you, not in the direct. All of you are facing like forward for the most part, looking at the infirmary, looking at the parsonage, trying to see if somebody's going to be walking around or going somewhere with a bag or a tray or something like that. You're certain something. You keep feeling the hairs on the back of your neck rise up, and you keep glancing behind you, and at one point you think you see a figure back there. Very big figure, hulking even, you could say. But it's really far off. It's like, the river's back there, because the river curves around from the reservoir, curves around the north,
Yeah.
this side of the of this whole area, and then comes down the other side of the parsonage. It's almost all the way back at the river. I mean, that's far. If it can see you, the thing must have eagle eyes. You only notice it because you see the reflection of the moon off the river, and you can see the silhouette.
Okay.
Is that, or is it a stump? No, what is that? You're pretty certain it's a person, or a thing,
Okay.
or some kind of
It's
woodland
something big.
spirit. It's big. Whatever it is, it's big.
Was Ozuye in town long enough to get, because he can't read English?
No, probably not. He probably doesn't know about Adam.
Okay. Just
Just
was
FYI.
curious.
Yeah. Okay. So you see this. There you go. So that's what you
gonna-
see with your 100.
I'm definitely going to be like, what is that?
Well, I'm assuming you're going to whisper to them
Yeah.
as everything. Yeah. What is? He's trying to. He points back down toward. You see, there's the river, all right. Um, it's gone now, Ozuye. That's weird.
Okay.
Maybe it went in the water.
A large man. Far by the river.
You know, Jimenez, Hutton was always talking about finding some giant or some kind of creature. You don't know. Whatever you want you to remember.
I mean, I've probably lived in town long enough to hear. Seen
you know about Adam.
Stories about Adam.
You've read about Adam too. So
yeah,
take that to mean whatever you want. Yeah.
Could it have been Atom? The Sasquatch, I think, is what Hutton called it. And Fernando shudders for a second.
Sorry.
I like that. I'll give that a coin. I want to give Kevin one for his dealings with the Smiths too, by the way. So, again, hours pass. It's according to Lieutenant Shaeder's watch. It's about 3 a.m. when you spot another figure come from the infirmary, and go back over to the parsonage. Whoever you can all give me another spot hidden, regular spot hidden this time. This is just to see if you can make out more. Regular success is all you need. 99. Wait, is that another fail? Hold on. Is your spot hidden below 50, Sean?
Yep.
Oh my God, there it is again. You're right. There it is again. This time it's over to y'all's left, like towards the river that direction. So you spot that thing again. How'd you do, Shaeder?
I succeed.
Success? How did Miss Jacqueline? How did you do? Is that a regular success?
Regular success.
He doesn't. Whoever this is, it's a single person. Doesn't appear to be carrying anything. Goes back over to the parsonage, and goes inside.
Okay,
Parsonage. It's a very small building. Okay.
You said he did not seem to be carrying
He did
anything,
not seem
correct?
to be carrying anything. With your
I was
success,
making sure I
everybody
wasn't
made a
here correctly.
successful spot hidden, except for Shappa, who's looking over to the left
Yeah.
and is like, that's definitely the same thing I saw over there. Now it's over there. Is it stalking us? What is going on? Yeah, Shappa, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
That thing's there. But the others noticed, saw the guy. Definitely, he didn't have anything in his hands. He was just walking. He walked back over to the parsonage, which is really small, by the way. It's more like just a little tiny shack. It's big enough for maybe a couple rooms, maybe 3 tops. There's not even smoke. Wait, does he have a fireplace? Hold on.
Or just a cook stove, even?
Yes. There is a little smoke trickling out of a chimney there, but it's just 1 story, very small, with a door on the side facing towards the infirmary. That much you could see before it got dark enough, and he goes right to the front and goes inside. You don't see any windows on it. Oh yes, you do. So you have seen a light in that building that was left lit after whoever came over to the infirmary from there earlier. Somebody walked over earlier. You saw a light lit after dark. That light has remained burning. Somebody probably left a lantern burning or something. Or somebody was in there. It's hard to tell. Somebody just went back over to that building. You hear a door shut too. Clump.
And then the light go out then? Or
yes.
Or how long does the light stay on?
It's still lit. It is still lit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's lit for maybe another hour before that light finally goes out. You see this figure come out from the parsonage again, 4 a.m., maybe 4:15, 4:30, heading back across. You can make spot hiddens if you want to see if he's carrying anything for sure or not. You don't think he is? You can make a spot hidden to verify regular spot hiddens. Don't forget to be checking these successes off. Yeah,
regular. Regular success.
Yeah,
I got an extreme success.
Ozuye Shappa, I'm looking for another 99 from you. Please.
Well, hey,
Well,
actually, in this whole time, like while they're watching, it's like I think that is Chiyetanka
Chietanka, is that the Sasquatch name from the
for the Lakota, but
yeah.
he's
Okay.
actually a sacred messenger from the Creator.
Oh, yeah.
He
Okay,
appears to offer. He offers guidance.
I love the internet. 75 is just a regular fail.
I fail.
You're too busy watching for this guy.
yeah.
Why else would he be here?
No.
He is here for you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
you're guiding
So
us.
you're kind of done with watching these folks,
Yep.
and you're kind of just keeping an eye out. If he's got a message for you, you can need to get it.
Yeah.
Nice, I like that. Um,
I passed the spot hidden.
okay, do we have successes for the other three then?
I
Everybody saw
have
it,
a
yeah. Again,
extreme success.
not carrying anything. Can't make out any other real details except for silhouette. Might have a beard. Um, Crosses again to the infirmary. There are still
Size,
lights
height.
burn in the infirmary like all night. It looks like, although they're pretty
Okay,
dim.
like average size height. I know there was like a gigantic guy, or maybe not
Yes,
gigantic.
that's true.
but
There
he
was a really
he was
big guy.
big.
This guy
Yeah.
appears to be. Um, he's not that guy. He's not that guy. The other guy was little. The blonde guy was
Okay.
little. You remember that? It's not him. The
And then
woman,
there's a woman-
was pretty tall.
She was hitting on. She was hitting
Oh,
on
yeah,
me all
she
the
was
time.
hitting on you all the time. She wanted some of that delicious Fernando Jimenez. It could be her. It could be the priest. They
Yeah.
were comparable size from memory. Same with you, Shaeder. You remember that big giant guy, little guy
Yeah.
were the two that worked there, and then the woman and the priest were roughly the same size. The priest you think was a little taller, but they were close enough that at this distance could be either one of them. Doesn't look like the person's wearing a dress, or a skirt or anything.
Walking with like a hippie walk or something.
You
I
can't
don't know
tell
how to
that from
describe- yeah.
You cannot tell that from here. But yeah. So your guess is it's most likely the priest, but it could be her. I mean, just from size and shape, it could be. Um, there's only a little more action that's happening in the infirmary. It seems like it's a pretty quiet night for that. You don't see any more of these swarms of mosquitoes, which since all of you saw them, Ozuye Shappa, give me another spot hidden, Ozuye Shappa.
All right.
Ozuye Shappa's looking everywhere but where you guys are looking right
Oh, yeah.
now. He's like, I gotta find this thing.
96.
96 is another crit fail. Yeah, because you're below 50. You don't see. What was the name of that?
Chiyetanka.
Chi A Tonka.
So it's spelled Chiye Tanka. Tanka.
Tan. Is there a dash between? Chi A Tonka.
Yes.
Okay. You don't see that again. But at one point you catch a whiff of some kind of really bad smell. Which I'm going to say is sometimes associated with Chie Tonka.
Yeah. Oh, it's a big furry creature.
The skunk ape,
Yeah.
all the Sasquatches stink. Okay.
Yeah.
It's before dawn when you see the last figure cross from the infirmary back to the parsonage again. The lights are already out in the parsonage. And then half an hour later, the sun rises. Birds are singing, the birds in the morning and all that stuff. You guys have been getting mosquito bit all night. It's been constantly like
the bird
this.
chirpings are probably actually sounding like annoyance right now.
Yeah, a little bit. You've been
'Cause
up all
we're
night. You're
tired.
very tired.
Yeah.
That's pretty much everything that happened during the night. I don't know if you want to continue in the spot or what. But you had a pretty good view of both the
The
infirmary
idea is to
and
watch
the
for
parsonage.
24 hours.
24 hours. Oh my God. That's gonna suck. All right, so you start watching during the day.
Where
During the day, you can see a lot clearer, at least who's moving about. Um, there's not much movement to the parsonage at all. That fire has obviously gone out. The smoke stops at some point during the day. At one point, you see a really big man heading towards the trail, or heading kind of to the right from your perspective, to the right of the infirmary, with a big axe on his shoulder. And shortly after that, somewhere in the distance, you can hear a chopping of trees. Actually, no, he went down the path and disappeared from sight. And shortly after that, you hear chopping. Um, you can catch glimpses of him from your location coming up the path with chopped pieces of wood, like big ones, and taking them into the infirmary. Some people come from town at some point during the day. Oh no, last night the mosquito sickness, my wife got so sick, please, please, and bring somebody in. Um, at another point, it looks like someone is taking, it's the little Hispanic woman who's actually quite tall, and she is wearing a dress. By the way, you do notice this during the daylight, and
She might actually be taller than Fernando.
She probably is actually. She has got like a sack. She's got a sack that you're not sure what it could. It could have some food in it or something like that. It's good sized. She takes that to the parsonage and goes in, lets herself into that place, closes the door behind her. Shortly after, you see some smoke coming up out of the chimney there. This is probably late morning. Noon comes and goes. You're all getting very hungry um, and tired. Oh, this was a vigil. I need con checks from everybody. You're lying
I was
down.
waiting for that.
Yeah, you're lying down. You're trying to keep your heads low. You're kind of trying to watch without being seen. It would be real easy to fall asleep right now.
Oh, geez,
Oh,
I actually failed one.
two. Lieutenant Shaeder failed. Okay, how about Miss Jacqueline? An 80. Is that above your con?
I just barely passed.
You did. Holy crap. You're a fit woman. Okay.
Yeah, she is.
Um, so
I got
everybody else,
just a regular. I got a
everybody-
regular success.
yeah, everybody can make a spot hidden to notice Lieutenant Shaeder breathing heavily, his eyes closed
Oh,
as he has
Uh,
nodded off.
hard success.
Okay, how'd Miss Blackwood do?
Error.
Use D100. Error. Set count
I
must
had
be
an
between.
extreme.
Oh,
There it worked. Oh, she didn't notice.
oh.
She's way too busy. Is your spot hidden less than 100, Jacqueline?
I don't think.
I mean, less than 50?
Yeah,
Less than
50.
100. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah, of course it is.
I mean, it's possible that
Why,
you could get
yes,
100.
yes, it is less than 100.
Is it less than 50?
Yeah.
No.
It's not. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, it's not a. That's not a crit fail then. That's not a crit fail. You
Fail.
have to. You
Yeah.
can only make a crit fail on your spot hidden then if it's 100. It's straight up 100.
Yep.
So you
I
didn't
had an
notice this.
extreme.
The other two men. Yeah, the other two notice. You notice. His head is now lying down. Like he was probably like watching. It's hard to. It's hard to like stand up and walk around on a watch like this, and he's breathing heavily and his eyes are closed. It looks like he is nodded off. This is around noon of this day. You guys rode hard yesterday for half the day. We're out and about, traveled through the swamp. Yeah, you can understand why he fell asleep.
Yeah.
It's been a rough day. What do you
American
wanna do?
soldiers, eh?
It would have been nice if more of them slept in the Dakotas.
Are you going to wake him up or are you going to let him sleep?
Yeah, I'm gonna wake them.
Okay. So Lieutenant Shaeder, you're watching and you're watching
Wake up!
and you're watching.
You will miss Chieta.
And then somebody's like shaking you and you're like,
I'm okay.
I wasn't sleeping. I was awake. I was awake the whole time.
I'm fine.
Okay. The lady comes back out eventually of the hut. The fire's obviously still going in the little fireplace there. She comes hut the parsonage. She comes back
You
across
said
the
it. You said it
infirmary.
went out at one point in time, so she started a fire in
It
there.
sounds like
Then.
she started up. It wasn't lit this morning.
Yeah,
Um, she comes back. The When you say 24 hours, you guys got here at dusk
at dusk.
yesterday. So, um, yeah, you decide when you're going to leave. The afternoon passes. It's let's check weather. Boy, holy crap! It's still windy today, but it's very sunny. There's like not a cloud in the sky. That's probably why Lieutenant Shaeder fell asleep because he got this warmth starting on his back, and it's just like, oh, it's so relaxing. Um,
Well, and is the wind kind of keeping the mosquitoes at
the
least a
wind is
little at
helping.
bay?
The wind is helping with the
Yeah.
mosquitoes because it is a little windy. So that's helpful. Yes. And hey, let's see. Well, that doesn't make sense. It's blowing from the coast, obviously. I mean, that's where the wind almost always blows. Is in from the Pacific most of the time.
Oh,
You know what I mean? It's coming from the coast, coming inland.
from the ocean
Yes.
to land.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
that's almost
Yeah.
always where your wind's going to be coming.
I was
when
gonna
you're on the
say
coast.
like yeah.
So yeah, so it's kind of blowing inland from you guys and not towards anything down that way. No, I didn't freeze. Sorry, I'm just trying to think. It looked like I looked at myself and I was like, I look frozen.
No, you're
Um,
okay.
yeah,
Oh,
the rest of the day continues to pass. Um, each of you
He's a
can
little
make.
squirmy.
Is this a kitty?
Have fun.
Each of you can make me another intelligence check. Da kitty. He's too low. I can't see him.
hang on. I failed the
Regular
intelligence check.
success.
Okay, regular
on the cat
success.
Regular.
Regular. How did Miss Blackwood do?
Okay, say hi to Dawson. Say hi, everybody. This is Dawson,
Okay, Dawson. You're so sweet.
also known as the Gray Menace.
11. Holy shit! Is that an extreme success?
It sure is.
All right. The other two of you had regular successes. Is
I
that
failed.
correct? And
I'm
Yeah.
Alonzo.
smart.
Yeah.
I'm distracted by a cat.
You are smart, Jacqueline. You've seen some things. Fernando, Ozuye Shappa.
Okay.
As the sun starts to get towards the horizon, not set yet, but it's got an hour or so before it's gone. You both realize neither one of you has seen the priest at all today. Going back and forth from his little parsonage, you haven't seen him at all. You've seen this lady walking around. You saw the brute, we can call him, or whatever you want to call him, go down and chop wood. You haven't seen the little guy either. But you haven't seen the priest at all. Nobody has come and gone from the parsonage except for that lady who lit that fire and took a sack of something, you don't know what, over there. Parsonage again. That's Jimenez's term, is what we're going to use.
Yeah. Say at this juncture, that sack was probably firewood in my assumption, but
No, it didn't look heavy enough to be firewood.
okay.
She wasn't like struggling with it. It was something lighter than firewood, and it wasn't moving.
Okay.
So it wasn't like I have a sack full of babies or anything like that. Miss Blackwood, give me an occult check. You realize this too. You have not seen the priest all day at all. Okay. Do you have points in occult? I don't remember if you put anything in there or not. A 60, is that a success or a fail?
You're not. Oh, you're not.
I hear somebody playing with the kitty.
Yep.
Dad, is a success.
That is a success. Okay. Um,
Now I see where all your points went. No, I'm just messing.
you haven't seen the priest all day. You recognize that. The last time you recall seeing him maybe was last night. You couldn't really tell if it was a man or a woman going back and forth, and you recognize this woman as being close in size to him as far as like height. And you're really tired. Your mind starts just going places. Like, that's so weird. The priest has been in there all day. What doesn't like sunlight? It's almost like he doesn't want to be out in the sun. That's what just kind of occurs to you. That you haven't seen him at all today. That he might have
He's a
been one of those
vampire?
people going back and forth. Maybe vampire. What else? What else you got? What else doesn't like daylight? Trolls. You've read about trolls from the old country. They turn to stone in daylight. Yeah, that's weird that nobody's come and gone from that building except for this lady who went in, looked like she took something in there, lit a fire, was in there for maybe half an hour, and then came back out and went back to the infirmary. No sign of the priest at all, unless he's been in the infirmary all day. And it doesn't really add up of coming and goings last night. And why are they coming and going at 3 in the morning?
Right, right,
It
right.
all seems suspicious to you on an occult level. Okay, it is
Very
an hour
suspicious.
till dusk, perhaps. You've been here almost 24 hours. I don't know if Lieutenant Shaeder wants to wait till dark to move or not, or if anybody has a preference.
I might suggest, could we like filter in or like blend in with some of the like
Oh.
reservoir workers if we want to leave?
If you wanted to do that, it would have been closer to like 6 o'clock, which is like 2 hours before the sun actually sets. You could still do that. If you could have brought that up at the time when you
Yeah.
started seeing them.
Yeah.
You can hear like the work has stopped, and you know that happens shortly before they're going to tromp down back to town. From yesterday, you would recognize that. So that's still an option if you want to take it, but that
Yeah, say
that cuts you down
I
to
would
like
just say
22 hours of actual observation.
yeah, I would just suggest that like I figured that would be a good quick way for us to leave without drawing attention to ourselves. Um,
Yeah, that,
But
that
I'm-
works
I'm-
for me.
That works
yeah,
for you.
say, but I'm
Okay.
fine for
So this 22 hours, Jacqueline, you've all made these same observations. You haven't seen the priest at all, going back and forth to his. He must have been in there all day, or was in the infirmary all day, and never went back to his house. Last, some of the movement seems a little weird, is all.
Yeah.
And Jacqueline is starting to get these ideas with her occult, like, maybe he doesn't like sunlight. Maybe it's something else. Oh. So yeah, you guys can like remove yourselves from your place, like move back further away from the infirmary, straight back, and then go over towards the reservoir. As you're seeing men um, putting away their tools, there's some chests, storage chests and stuff up here. There's probably a couple sheds have been quickly built. They're putting in shovels. There are
Yeah.
some like machine type things that are being used to try to dig a little faster. That are all like either run by mules or run by
I'd
men.
say machines.
Machines, yes.
Not what
Heavy
yeah, say, not what we
operate
would think.
operate heavy machinery is what they
Right.
still need to use them, and so they're getting the mules ready. They take the mules back to town every night to run these engines, whatever. And so yeah, you can blend right in with these guys and just head on down there if you want. Everybody can make me one last spot hidden as you pass as close to the infirmary as you're going to, which still is not
Oh.
terribly close. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not like you're like walking right outside of it. It's still like 50 yards away. So Shappa made his. How about Jacqueline Blackwood?
Oh, I
66 is
failed.
a fail. She doesn't notice
Oh, I
things.
know.
She just knows.
Regular success.
Regular success. So Ozuye Shappa, Lieutenant Shaeder, you do spot this lady out in like this little courtyard in front of the building, sweeping. She's kind of watching the men as they go. It looks like. Um, you still
Didn't
see
see
no
her, though.
sign of the priest anywhere amongst any of this. You haven't seen him all day. As you head down the cliff and you lose sight of the infirmary, you all tromp by. Some of the workers are making small talk with you. Um, um, who's got low luck? Is it Shaeder? Who's got the low luck?
Probably me.
I think it might be. Yeah.
Okay, give me a luck check, Shaeder. I'm just going to see if uncomfortable and inconvenient questions are posed by some of these men.
No, I failed.
It is. Oh, where'd you folks come from? What are you doing? There's a lady here. You know, that kind of thing. Questions are asked. It's up to you if you even answer them. Um, most of these men are exhausted after a hard day's work, so it's not pursued in a manner of we're going to find out what's going on here. It's more just people are being nosy about where you're not on the work crew, are you? You know, that kind of shit. So it's up to you if you want to just kind of and just keep walking or what. But you can make it back to town before dark safely with this group of like 20 men around you. It's like your own meat shield. And yeah, you get back to town for supper. You're all really hungry. You're very tired, straight up exhausted from spending Saturday. Yeah, this is no, it's Thursday. That is a Thursday. That would have gone on till Thursday, the 30th of August. It's
I
the
might
end of
actually
Thursday.
spend money and just stay and pay room for, pay board for a night at the hotel.
You haven't been back to Hazard's house yet since
No.
you've come back. Wow, you guys have been on the move. Okay, but you can also discuss what you've seen, if you so desire.
Yeah.
So you guys, are you going to go to the hotel and get a meal? Most of these men are going to the hotel. Others are obviously going home. Some are going to the hotel because that's where they're going to grab a bite because their wife can't cook or they don't have a wife and they don't know how to
Right.
cook or whatever. But yeah, you guys can find yourselves a corner table
Let's do
and
that.
settle in.
Yeah.
And yeah, there you go. What thoughts are crossing everyone's minds? I'm going to shut up for a little while if I can. It's not easy. You brought fish. You brought potatoes, beer. And
Their movements seemed odd. Did anyone else pick on that? It seemed like they had more movement at night than they did during the day.
I agree.
That's
What does that mean, though?
Did anybody else notice the priest was nowhere to be seen?
Good
I
point,
did not
too.
notice that. I did not notice that. Why would
Where
the
could he
priest
have been?
Yeah, why would the priest not been out?
What's he doing all day?
the last time you were there, they said he was out in the swamps gathering herbs for the medicines they used. You two remember that. Jimenez and Shaeder remember that.
Okay.
That's because you waited till after dark before he showed up. Remember? It was after you
Okay.
went. You spent like an afternoon just hanging out, and he finally showed up after dark, and he apologized profusely, and he said, "I've been in the swamp. We're low on medicinals. I was collecting the herbs and stuff." That's what he told you. So that does come to mind. But there you go.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah. I didn't see him come back from collecting herbs though at all. Did anyone else?
No, not that night.
I did
Or is
not
that
see
good? Oh.
anyone.
No. Did he ever... I assume, did they share that information with me just now?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Anything
would've,
that's being
yeah,
said right now. The whole he went into the swamp last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. They remind
But
each
the-
other of that. How about that?
You said that you'd been out into the swamp to collect herbs?
That's what was told to us before.
That's what he said.
Did he say for what, though?
The poultices.
Well, we imagine. Yeah,
They
to
use a
treat
poultice
this
for the
mosquito
treatment.
yeah.
Sorry.
Why are the mosquitoes so bad in this town anyway?
That is something else that we are not aware of. Of course, this is my first summer here, I believe. So
You've heard around town it's never been this bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Same with Shaeder and probably Pike and probably Shappa. Ozuye Shappa.
And we believe the mosquitoes are linked to some kind of sickness.
They believe.
They believe. I'm inclined to believe it too. It seems likely.
What is making the mosquito so bad here?
and for them to move like they did in a swarm.
That's the most troubling part of all.
Something about that wasn't natural.
Precisely.
Should we go into the swamp and maybe investigate?
Wouldn't know how to begin such a thing.
Yeah, and I think our first concern is the people first. We need to find a way to find the people first.
Well, the swarm appears when the people disappear. So it's entirely likely that these two things are related.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
But a swarm of mosquitoes like that couldn't carry someone off, could they?
A swarm of mosquitoes shouldn't form like that at all.
No, but are we really gonna question what's normal after what we saw in that cave?
Precisely.
I didn't quite see what happened in that cave, but I understand where you may be coming from.
You saw skeletons running around and
True.
Miss freaking Eldridge get her head blown off and then stand right back up.
True, but
In denial. I'm in denial. I saw nothing.
yeah, I feel like I've seen crazier stuff than that stuff earlier on. But so
What other kind of stuff have you seen, sir?
something stuff I wouldn't wish anyone else to see.
Fair enough.
I've seen a whole rock just sink into the water after a bunch of people went there.
Something else, too.
Yeah. He might be in denial on that, too.
Yeah, Miss Blackwood. Why don't you make me a psychology check, Miss Blackwood? Shaeder, you can make one too. Hey, Shappa, you can make one too. As he's talking about this rock that sank into the sea.
I did kind of allude to Shappa at one
No.
point in time. That how
Yes,
come
you
every
did.
time I deal with
I
your
remember.
people?
That's more ammo for Shappa to possibly 14. Jeez. Okay, is that anybody else get a success for psychology? Wait, is 14 a success?
I
Yes,
did
for me
not.
it is.
Okay.
Because
I
it's a
did.
15.
I
Gotcha.
did.
No, nobody else did. Ozuye Shappa, he's not telling you everything. He talked about this rock going into the water, and then this look crosses his face like he shudders. It's barely noticeable though, like, you know what I mean? The other two obviously didn't notice it, but yeah, you saw something else. There's something else that happened that he's not mentioning.
Fernando,
Me as a player, though, I really can't. I remember that there was something else. I can't remember exactly what it was.
That's okay.
So-
Fernando's in denial, but maybe
Yeah.
Ozuye Shappa will
Yeah.
drag it out of you and make you remember.
Fernando, was that everything?
It's enough. There's certain details I don't think people need to know, or would want to know.
But you said this
Maybe-
is involved with people like me?
Just the Indians in the area seem to deal with very strange things, from what I've encountered with them.
You're talking the ones near this town.
No. No, they're fine. The ones that were really bad, they're not here anymore. So I guess we don't have to worry about them. They're some of the ones that went into the rock that sank into the ocean.
There's still
Rock
something there.
that's-
There's something else, Ozuye Shappa, besides that.
Yeah.
You know it.
We might need to talk about this in the future.
Thank
Unless you,
was taken. It's all the same thing, yeah, right?
There's still something else. There's something else there.
I can
Something
say I can't remember
important.
anything else.
Yeah, if you want to confess it, I will. I'll tell you what you saw.
I really, you say I really.
But
I thought,
will Fernando confess it?
to
That's the
be honest,
question.
I thought Fernando looked away at some point in time, like, and
Yeah, but the
didn't
others
really
told
want
you
to know.
what they saw. You know what happened.
Okay,
People on that ship were freaking out. So if
okay.
you wish to say it, just like they
Oh,
told me blah
yeah,
blah
no,
blah blah blah, and I'll
yeah,
tell you what it
yeah.
was. Okay, they told him
Okay, yeah.
a giant frog-like, fish-like creature, at least 50 or 60, taller than the mast of a ship, came out of the water and grabbed the rock before it sank into the ocean. And when he says rock, you get the impression that he means huge,
Alien.
whatever this thing was. Okay? So he says that. This crazy shit comes out of Fernando's mouth, everybody.
uh,
But it doesn't seem quite so crazy after seeing Miss Isabella step back up with her head blown off.
that's
And then Fernando lights a cigarette.
Yeah, oh, boom. And there's a coin for your cigarette.
seems. Uh,
So, uh, the, the priest couldn't be that swarm, could he? I don't know how.
Suppose he could.
there
I mean,
are
that seems
there are legends amongst my people of changing what you look like, changing who you are, but
Not
I've
to not
never
to be
heard
a great
of
many of
a
things, though.
no, I've never heard of a person becoming a swarm of bugs,
No.
insects. But again, we have seen the dead rise. You say you were with people who saw a frog-like creature grab a rock out of the water and drag it down. Like,
Fish, yeah. To be honest, the people that wanted to go down there kind of looked like they were turning into him as well.
it's
They called themselves, and I say the name. I don't say.
The Quinault.
It was. I would say, was it the
Mhm.
Quinault or
Quinault.
yeah?
Right. You got the Quinault
Okay.
in this area. You have the Quaalude. These were the
okay.
Quinault.
Okay.
Which I don't know if you have. Give me an intelligence check, Shappa. I'm gonna need at least a. I'm gonna need an extreme intelligence check from you.
well, I didn't make it.
Okay, you're not familiar with the tribes, the nations of
Yeah,
this far
the
west.
West.
Yeah.
I'd said I'm not familiar with these different peoples, but with all that I have seen, with
But
a man able to put boils on the lieutenant and I's body, I, everything that I have seen since coming west, it's possible. How do you fight a swarm of insects? How do
a
you
lot of
stop a
fire.
swarm?
A lot of fire.
smoke and fire, I would imagine.
Just set it on fire. Listen, I really do think that maybe he's like a vampire or something.
Well, trying to think whether Fernando would know what a vampire is or not.
There's not a lot. There's not a lot of writings about vampires at this juncture, outside of
Yeah.
Lieutenant Shaeder has read
Yep.
Varney the Vampire. So
It's true, I have.
you familiarized yourself with it. I don't know about Lakota legendary.
I Let me.
But I don't think there's a lot of vampires necessarily in Spanish or Mexican legend,
No,
at least by that name.
other than chupacabra would be the
That's not a thing
closest
yet.
thing I could.
I don't think
Okay,
chupacabra even that was not. I don't think goat suckers were around till like the 50s, or I'm not sure when.
okay,
I think it was 20th
yeah,
century.
I say
And
I
that
don't.
was an East Coast thing, not a West Coast.
What is vampires?
Chupacabra.
Oh, is it like
It's a
Chihuahua
it's a
and that
Chupacabra is
that section?
west.
Is it what?
Is
Are you sure?
Chupacabra is south.
I don't. It's not 19th century. I'm pretty certain. You know what I mean? Like chupacabras
Yeah,
around the same time as UFOs started really becoming really popular in the 40s and the
gotcha.
50s, I believe.
Let's say that's the only thing I can
I'm
think
not
of off
sure
the
that
top
one.
of my
Okay.
head that might be remotely close. So,
Yeah, there's no real like Lakota
although
like
Blood
vampire.
drinkers, yeah.
Well, no, there's blood drinkers, but it's not like a vampire.
Okay. So yeah, so I mean, you guys have a familiarity with vampires, just like, oh, those are people that suck blood to live or something. But you're not as familiar as 20th
yeah,
century. We know all the lore. The closest would be Shaeder. Shaeder's lore is going to be Varney the Vampire lore, which is a lot different from traditional Dracula lore. They still need to drink blood to survive. But Varney could go out during the day. He wasn't limited by day or night cycles. He was hard to kill. Well, sometimes. Sometimes bullets didn't hurt him. Other times they did. It was really inconsistent. Um, what else was there about Varney? Um, he was really strong. He had the vampire strength thing going. Um, but otherwise, he was just kind of a guy. Um, Immortal. Water will reject him. Water will push him up to the surface and throw him onto the shore. That was a big thing about vampires from Varney the Vampire that you gathered. Um, if a vampire's thrown in the water, he might just float for miles if he's conscious. Otherwise, the water tries to get rid of him because they're foulness and stuff like
Hydro-
that.
hydrophobic, huh? All right.
They don't mind the water; it doesn't hurt them. It just won't
No,
take
no,
them.
no,
A
no.
vampire will not be taken by the water. It pushes them to the
Right.
surface and gets the gets
They're like
rid of them.
oil. They're like
Yeah,
oil.
exactly.
They're hydrophobic. The
They're
water completely rejects
the
them.
times Barney needed to eat is real inconsistent. Sometimes, like after he has been dead for moonlight will, especially a full moon, moonlight brings them back to life. If a dead vampire is exposed to moonlight, it'll bring him back to life, but usually leaves him weak and hungry. He needs but he can't eat and drink just like anybody else. But he needs blood. That's the only thing that's a nutritional for him, according to Varney. There's probably some other stuff that I'll try to get a list. I've been meaning to make kind of a list and do a little Varney thing for people. But yeah, like I said, it's a little inconsistent, and sometimes the rules change between the like different stories that are in the entirety of it. But you could have read
Does
all
the
of it if you wanted, Kevin.
I
Pretty
does the
probably
much.
did.
bullet
Yeah.
does the bullet make up what the bullet is made of matter?
Never says.
Why it hurt?
Never
Okay.
says. Like earlier stories, he would like the bullets would hit him and it would
I'm
leave a mark, but he wouldn't fall. Other stories, he gets shot and it looks like it fucked him up pretty bad. It's just whatever the writer decided at the time is your guess. I mean, it's you've probably never even heard of Varney the Vampire. It was a penny dreadful
and
from
I also
England
don't know.
that was brought to America and eventually published here as well.
I also don't know if like silver bullets and werewolves or something are a thing at this time period either. So
Not really, unless you've really studied them. There was a talk
yeah,
of
and
somebody
Fernando's not.
shooting a silver button over some werewolves and it turned them back to people in one
Okay.
reference from this era in the Book of
Okay.
Werewolves of all things. That's the only reference to silver bullets or anything like that having any kind of effect on a werewolf.
Or
So
bullets,
most of it's
silver, and werewolves.
silver's thought to be a metal that a lot of um, unholy creatures are repulsed by, though.
yeah.
Like so that might be the connection there. Anyway, anyway, I've jumped a little off topic, but go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted roleplay. Jacqueline just mentioned vampires. The only one of you that has any real experience with that is just reading fiction, and that's Lieutenant Shaeder.
And Jacqueline's occult knowledge, apparently.
Yes, Jacqueline has done some studies, apparently. So she mentioned vampires. I'm sorry I interrupted, Jacqueline.
I
I forget where I was going with that train of thought.
I'm sorry. You mentioned, is there any chance he's a vampire? I think that was the last thing.
yeah. Where to go from?
I mean, he could be a vampire because we never saw him come out during the day.
But some vampires can come out during the day.
I mean, true, but honestly, after what happened with Miss Eldridge, I don't think that we could really discount anything at this point. So maybe it's worth checking out?
Should we check out the infirmary or the house?
Parsonage.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to call it something else.
I like the term that you've
We
attached.
probably should.
I know. The parsonage or
One or the other.
Shouldn't we do both?
I mean, I
Well, yes, actually, in all fairness.
yeah.
Probably both.
I don't know why, but I feel the infirmary is probably more where everyone's kept.
Check out the infirmary first and see if we find anything?
Yes.
Only due to the fact that if they have to, I think it would be easier to just keep a body there instead of trying to move it during the day or at any point in time.
You've got a point.
Jacqueline, make me another occult. That's a success, isn't it? 57.
I think so, because I thought her last one was in the 60s or something. So
Here's what
Yep,
you
sure is.
when you think about vampires and what research you've actually done, and you've probably read Varney the Vampire and have dismissed most of what's been in those books because they are penny dreadfuls and written to just horrify. And you know that stakes, a wooden stake, preferably made of oh shit, I didn't have it written down here. Crucifixes and crosses are good to deter vampires. Holy water, sacramental bread, holy wafers, garlic, mirrors, preferably silver-backed mirrors, holly and hawthorn branches, wild rose branches. If you can put a wild rose branch on this top of a coffin, it keeps a vampire from escaping. There are myths that if you spread seeds or grain, the vampire has to stop and count them before it can continue on. Fishnets, tangled fishnets. Some vampire lore claims that if you put those by your door, the vampire has to untangle the fishnet before it can come in. Vampires allegedly cannot enter private homes unless invited. If you bake a loaf of bread from flour and vampire blood, it is said to make one immune to vampires. If a bottle of wine is buried near an actual vampire's grave for 6 weeks, it becomes a potent brew. And swallowing the wine makes the drinker immune to the creature for as long as the wine is in the drinker's system, roughly an hour. Twins. twins are repel vampires like crosses and stuff like that. Of course, sunlight. Sunlight's bad for vampires. They shouldn't be out in the day. Vampires cannot cross running water. It will pull them down and destroy them. Which, from Varney, that's completely the opposite of what Varney the Vampire has to
I was going to say, that's
Yeah.
completely opposite from Barney.
Hawthorn, ash and hawthorn stakes are what you can use to paralyze a vampire, at which point you should chop the head off. Preferably burn everything after that. And that should really take care of your problem. So you do know
We're really
something about vampires.
Fuck now in the Midwest with ash. No more ash trees.
Those are thoughts that come to your mind about vampires. So, it's 5 till 10. You've had a good discussion. So I think next time...
Think on.
Yeah, there's a lot to think on. You're exhausted. I don't know if you want to press on tonight and try to do something like this Thursday night that you're in right now, or if it's going to be we need a good night's sleep first.
Sleep all day.
And move on. And sleep all day and go out there at night. Or if you want to go out there during the day and try to figure out something. So think about that for next time. Questions, comments, suggestions. Fernando Jimenez. Favorite thing, least favorite thing. Criticisms.
No, this was a information gathering scenario. So, no, I had fun.
Okay.
I don't have anything else to say.
Lieutenant Shaeder. Questions, comments, suggestions. Criticisms. Favorite thing, least favorite thing.
What he said. This was a lot of downtime and information.
Yes.
So
you're not getting
works out all right.
You're not getting the rest you'd like to get, though.
Yeah.
You got more than the rest of us.
Ozuye Shappa. Questions, comments, suggestions. Criticisms. Favorite thing, least favorite thing.
I enjoyed it. It's always a difficult thing to do that in between adventures, kind of.
Yeah. Well, you guys already started this one, and then you got off on another one. So we're just coming back to this one and seeing what you can do with it.
Yep.
And Jacqueline Blackwood. Questions, comments, suggestions, criticisms. Favorite thing, least favorite thing.
No, much of the same. Appreciate
fair enough.
Appreciate a bit of info hoarding downtime after last session.
You guys got... Well, are you sharing, before we quit, are you going to share all these things about vampires with the rest of these people?
Yes.
Okay. So she tells you all this thing. Let me see, make sure I haven't forgotten anything. A vampire must return to the site of its burial or where its grave dirt is during the day. Can't enter buildings if not invited. I think everything else is on this list or two. Cross or crucifixes. I don't know if anybody even has one of those. Holly hung from doors and windows repels, allegedly. Hawthorn trees work the same way. Holy water.
Like, damn it. I thought one of my characters had a rosary bead, but not this one.
Probably one of your Dark Ages characters.
I know, that's what I think it was, too.
Seeds of grain. Hanging fishnets, eating bread, bottle of wine. Twins born on a Saturday. Sorry, more details. Have power over vampires if they wear their underwear.
They have to be born on a Saturday.
If they wear their underwear inside out.
What?
You're making that last part up.
No, I'm not.
What was April? What was April 16th?
You're making that up.
Is that a Mormon thing?
I don't know, dude.
Oh my God.
This is all from a different scenario, actually, about vampires, and I put all these things here that research could give you, and which ones of them are actually true?
Say,
jazz hands.
What was April 16th, 1842? I know.
Look it up. Look it up if you have a computer. Put calendar 1842, and you'll probably pull one up, and then you can find out. All right, so we're going to end the stream. I appreciate you guys. 2 weeks. Is 2 weeks doable for people?
Yeah.
That's going to be February 18. That's what that'll be. Next week.
No problems.
Next week is Kevin's session 0, right?
Well, one-off, probably a one-off kind of thing.
What do you mean?
where I want to test the new scenario I'm kind of kicking around.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's a session zero for that. Like we're gonna make our
Yeah.
characters
Oh, yeah.
all together and get
then
started
maybe
on that and see where we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are we aiming for? 2 weeks
18.
time?
18. Does that work?
Yeah.
It should
Yep.
work for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll aim for the 18th for the next Down Darker Trails. I guess if it's
so
possible that it's going to
on the
turn into
calendar.
an actual scenario next week, Kevin,
Yes.
then I'll go ahead and stream it, even if it's just session zero. I don't.
Yeah.
Should be interesting.
You guys
Making
are
characters.
starting a new one next week.
Yes.
You're welcome to join us if you wish.
Boom. It's 18:30 in New York City. We're firefighters. At least that's
Yeah.
our secondary job.
Think Gangs of New York.
Yeah, and we get to beat up people and throw
Hey.
rocks at people. I'm gonna throw
1830s,
bricks.
1840s.
Well, damn! I'll have to.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm
I'll
gonna
have to
get a
the
good
right bottle of
throw.
Irish whiskey.
Oh, okay. So
Well,
thanks for
no,
watching,
so,
everybody. We're gonna go ahead.
yeah.
Oh, it's an ad. That's okay. We're leaving during an ad. I'm gonna just stop the stream. Say, everybody, just wave
Yep.
because they can't hear you.
Bye.